Okay. All right. There we got everything. How's the mic levels? How's the mic levels? Want to make sure everything is cool. Get everything. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yo, what's up, Cole? What's up, Yoko? What's up, Jackson? What's up, Jalen? What's up, everybody? Just doing a chill stream today. I know it's been almost what? It's been like a month or so. Yeah. I couldn't even stream anymore for a while because of how hectic my schedule was, because my daughter she made it into the track team, so she does a lot of her track practice starts like after school real late. So by the time she got a track practice, it kind of like interrupts the flow of everything. So it was kind of like hard to try to find the perfect time to actually stream without being interrupted and stuff. And I've been going to a lot of her track meets as well too, to show some support and everything. So what's up, Loyal? What's going on? So right now, right about now, she's almost done track for the semester, so I'll be able to get things back on back on track, no pun intended, when it comes to streaming again. Said the music is tiny bit. Oh, wait, I got music playing? Oh crap. I had no idea. I had music playing. Can you all hear? Yeah, there we go. How about now? Perfect. Yeah, I turned it off. I had no idea that I had music playing because I don't got my headphones on. But hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta grab something. I'm back. Sorry, but I had to grab the Caesar dressing for my fries. Hope you're all. Oh, what's up, Scott? What's up? Yeah, I'm eating some dinner, some fries and some wings. I love to have a little bit of Caesar dressing on it. On my fries. So how's everybody? What's been going on? I'm gonna try to do this live stream. This chill stream is going to be about like 2 hours. I get back to working on some more of my my lore Bible for my comic book universe. Yo, like, my daughter did a good job on my face. Because my daughter, she uses a lot of facial products and stuff like that to cleanse her face. You know, the girly stuff. And my daughter said, Father, like, Dad, I think I want to do a facial cleanse on you as well and everything. So, me and my daughter went out a couple weeks ago and showed me what products to get for my face and everything. So like every other night or every 2 nights, my daughter would do like a whole facial process on me, facial cleanse. She cleans my face, put all kinds of stuff Put stuff around like the bags that I have around my eyes and stuff like that. Like my face is so clear. And then she also give me like a shape up, and she trims everything up over around my face and everything. What's up, Vant? He said, enjoy your meal, eating chicken wings. You can write 3 series on what I just wrote on the Discord. Feel free to use them. Nothing much. Just been all social media focusing on my physical health. That's a good thing. Physical health is very important. They go into the gym twice a day. That's interesting. Twice a day. And Code says, I'm playing Final Fantasy X in the background. I'm loving this game so far, bro. Not sure how to explain it, but it feels like a real Final Fantasy game from its visual party and storytelling. Oh yeah, all of that. But Final Fantasy X is very linear. That's when the whole linearity for Final Fantasy started kicking in with 10. But 10 is still a good game. What's up, Doggo? What's up, Rocky? He said, I went to the exchange at my hometown in Indianapolis. Yeah, it got everything, including retro games, cons. Cool. Been replaying Darksiders. I need to get back. I have Darksiders 1, but DX Strike, my little brother DX Strike, he has all the Darksiders. But I only had 1 when that first came out. I do want to play the Darksiders series. I want to do a video on it when I finish the series. And do like a retrospective or something like that eventually. I do want to go back and revisit that series because it has potential. It's very interesting. And I also have that isometric shooter or game that's about strife and war. So I got that on Steam. I bought that when it launched, but never really played it. So I'm thinking that me and Keel Lancer might go through it together. Not sure. Miss you too, Shadow. Miss you too. What's up, Raph? Yo, the crew is here. Just once a day, and then do a full body workout. The rest is nutrition, bro. When it comes to gaining muscles, anyway. Yeah. Now that it's warm again, I'm back outside doing my walks again. Like I said, walking is much better than running. I walk like 5 miles a day. 5 miles every other day. And I do I do 4 miles during the week, but on the weekends I do like 5 to 6 miles. Yeah, I know, Scott. I was just jumping in the conversation. What's up, PJ? What's going on? Do you think Xbox will continue to make consoles? I would get deep into that because that's the video for Monday. We're going to be discussing on Monday. Monday's video is going to be discussing Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer and the whole Microsoft situation with the 4 studios closing down and everything. So I'm not going to really give too deep about my opinions on that. I'll rather save that for the video that's scheduled to go up on my channel on Monday at 8 a.m. So you better check that out. I may get this game called Stellar Blade. It caught my interest. Oh, it's a good game. I'm still playing it. I haven't played for about a week and a couple days because this month is my comic book will be finished as far as completely drawn up and everything. All the pages are going to be done this month. So I've been spending a lot of time this month. And it's been cutting into my time with playing video games, more specifically Stellar Blade. But I'll be finished that game. And you'll hear my opinions and review. And I have a review and then I'll have a spoiler discussion video as well. So don't worry. You'll get my Stellar Blade video soon. But this month I've been spending more time, even heavier time on my comic book and working on my comic book universe Bible and stuff like that. As I'm starting to pick up the pace and the book is done. It's to be done this month. So I'll be ready and I'll be setting up preparations over the entire summer to get ready for the launch of Venus Orion Comics and the first comic book series to go along in the universe. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. Do you think Stellar Blade will come to no, like Sony got to put money down on Shift Up and got a contract. So we won't be seeing unless it's PC, but other than that, no. It was originally supposed to be on other consoles, but Sony stepped in. He said, is it true that Ghost of Tsushima will not release? Oh, that's another one. We'll be talking about Ghost of Tsushima. We'll be talking about Helldivers 2 and the whole PlayStation Network situation. That's Wednesday's video. Like I said, most of my videos are pre-recorded. I do everything ahead of time because I have so many other things to do outside of YouTube, especially with my comic book company, my 3D hentai business that I got going on with my animations and stuff. So I have so much, and then, you know, being a full-time single dad, so I got too much stuff to really sit down and hammer in. So I pre-record a lot of my stuff. So Mondays and Wednesday videos already done. Friday may be another indie game that I'm going to cover on Friday, but yes, Wednesday I'll be discussing Ghost of Tsushima, the Helldivers PlayStation Network situation. So you'll get my opinions on that for Wednesday. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Like I'm already ahead of this stuff. Oh, what's up, Axe? What's going on? What's going on? I've been cleaning out subscriptions by unsubbing from some of these anti-SJW channels who become exactly what they're. Yeah. That's something I want to talk about in a bit. Like I want to talk about that. I want to wait for more of you guys step in the stream. So I'm waiting for Goki to release May 22nd. Dude, I still have not touched Street Fighter 6 yet. But well, I've been playing the World Tour, but everything else I haven't really stepped into yet. I haven't really had anything to eat all day. All I had was an apple. I had apple for breakfast. And I had some ramen with some that I put some like green string beans in it. And chopped a little bit of chicken, but I had like a little bowl of ramen. Didn't eat too much of that. So like I've been hungry. Best Street Fighter since Alpha 3. Street Fighter Alpha is still my favorite Street Fighter series. 2D, especially, that's still my favorite series. I love Street Fighter Alpha. Everything about Street Fighter, I think Street Fighter Alpha had the best 2D sprites and everything. I love the gameplay. It had a well like diverse roster of characters. I like the Street Fighter Alpha. What's up, Neo? I'm chilling. What's up? What's up, Ozone? Oh, Jimmy. What's up, Jim? My boy Jimmy P from the hentai community. What's going on, bro? Yeah, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, bro. So we're in a triple A game. Oh, what's up, Black Metal Gamer? That's what. All right, let's get into this. I really want to get into the discussion right now. We gonna take this a step at a time. First, before we get into the whole social culture war, you know, content creators and stuff like that. First, we'll talk about AAA gaming and in my YouTube channel. Actually, this is perfect. Both of them intersect. Both topics intersect. So we're going to get into it right now. All right. So here's the deal, and I have to be honest with you guys. I have to be really honest with you guys. When it came to the culture war content, my whole plan was only to do one video, and that one video, that blew me up, was the how Western developers depict female characters, and how Eastern developers depict female characters. And you guys already know. We've been talking about this on my Discord when we have real talk conversations on live streams and everything. You guys already knew my opinion on this. But the thing was, I never made it into a video. I always voice my opinions with you guys in discussions on Discord and even in the real talk discussions that we have on live stream, but I never turned it into a video. You know, that a monetized video. So this, you know me, I'm very passionate about my hobby. I'm very passionate about gaming and everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me make a video about this. And I even said to my dad, I said to my brothers, I was confident this video was going to blow up. I didn't know it was going to blow up to the extent that it blew up today. Because what? I think it's almost 200,000 views or something like that. I said to my dad, I said, yo, Dad, and I'm going to be honest, this is what I said. and this is why I talk about speak things into existence. I said to myself, and I'm gonna explain everything. I said this to my dad. I wish my dad's not here right now. He stepped out. But if my dad was in this room, he'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, Dad, I said this video that I'm about to make, while I was editing it, I said, yo, I said I think this video is going to be a hit. Matter of fact, I don't think I knew this video was going to be a hit. Now, my expectations was that I was going to at least get at least 5,000 views. That was my expectations. And this is what I said. I said, I want this video to be like some of the best I've ever done in my YouTube career. I want this video to be so influential to the point that it's going to. This is what I said. I wish my dad was right here. I said I want this video to reach Melanie Mac. I want this video to reach Asmon Gold, and I want this video to reach Very Dark, Demion, and I want this video to reach a lot of people. I wanted to reach to these people to the point that they have no choice but to shout this video out. I went in Star Wars Girl. It went to that was my goal when I made that video. My whole goal was that, yo, I'm gonna put so much effort into this that some of the biggest content creators in this culture, in this space, especially the culture war space, has no choice but to acknowledge me and share this video out there to get the message out there. And guess what? Guess what ended up happening? Melanie Mac ended up getting a hold of the video. Razor Fist ended up getting a hold of my videos. Asmon Gold. And the thing that got me, Asmon Gold didn't catch my video until like 2 weeks later. I was in bed. It was like on a Saturday morning, and I remember my phone went off with a notification. It says Asmon Gold responded to your video. I was like, what? And I looked, and I was like, oh my God, yo. I say Asmon Gold see my video. And once that happened, my channel blew up. So I went in with the intent that this video is going to be influential as hell. That was my intent. Yeah. What's up, Mookie? What's going on, Fivefold? Yeah, that was my intent. My intent was that video is going to be so influential, so relatable, that people, they ain't going to have no choice but to share this video around. That was my intent. And I spoke it into existence with confidence. And when I woke up, I was getting, my subscriber count was going up. It was just going crazy. People just flooding my YouTube channel in the comment sections and everything. I started just getting this crazy growth. And then I started noticing I started getting a steady paycheck from YouTube because of the monetization and stuff and everything like that as well. It was almost to the point it started scaring me. The amount of success that video had done. And the next thing you know, I'm getting invited to podcasts and stuff like that. It really started scaring the fuck out of me. Because now, everybody has their eyes on me. And then now, also brands started coming to me and wanting me to promote their products, hit me up on Gmail and stuff like that. It was scary. It was really, really scary. Yeah. It started scaring me. I said, and now I started feeling the pressure on me now. Because now, what's going on is what happens is on YouTube, you got your content manager. You go to your content manager, and your content manager tells you how well you're doing, and it tells you what content that people is responding to. And this is where the problem started to fall into place for me. Was because, to be honest, that video was supposed to be a one-off thing. It was supposed to be a one-off thing. But it got to the point to where I was like, damn, I decided to do another video that wasn't related to it. Next thing you know, my view count for the next video was super low, and then it started fucking me up in the algorithm. Now people, I wasn't in the algorithm no more. So what happens is with the whole algorithm thing, which I hate, it pretty much discourages creativity. Once you find something, the algorithm tells you to continue this in order for the algorithm to help you out. So before you know it, I started saying to myself, I'm not going to be a social a culture war channel. I refuse to be a culture war channel. But what I will do is I will at least try to do one culture war video a week and try to have at least one culture war video every Monday. That was the goal. The goal was to have a culture war video to feed the algorithm and to also have those same people come back. And my plan was, once I get enough subscribers, eventually I should see a trickle effect that people start trickling over to my other content, the content that I really want people to see, which is the gaming content. People like where I talk about games that I like and stuff like that. So hopefully there will be like a crossover or a trickle effect that trickles down and everything. So what I did notice is that really it's happening slowly, the trickle effect, but it's not happening fast enough. So what I learned is that what the algorithm does is, if you do anything that strays away from the norm or the thing that gave me the growth that I got, it's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt the channel, because what happens is when you upload a new video, it compares the retention and the views and the time, the duration, the average duration that people come in to watch the video. It compares the previous video with your recent video. So if it doesn't fit in that typical area where you normally get this amount of views or whatever like that, the video is considered a failure, and it fucks you up in the algorithm after that. So what I'm trying to say is that every time I try to do something that's not culture war related, none of you guys watch it. None of you guys watch it at all. So in the end, it ends up hurting my channel. So what does that mean? This is where content creators end up falling into that trap, to where they become a one-trick pony. And I refuse to be a one-trick pony. I refuse to be a culture war YouTuber. I still want to be able to do the things that I enjoy and cover the things that I enjoy, or whatever like that. And I'm doing my best to fight that. That's why, if you notice on my channel, I've been hitting you guys with a variety of different things recently, because I'm not trying to be a culture war YouTuber. And to answer the question, or to pick up what Jalen was saying about some of these anti-SJW channels, it's starting to become very, very polarizing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Me covering, ever since I started getting into doing this culture war stuff, which we always talk about it on my Discord and in my streams, but I never made it into monetized content before. Yeah, I never made it to monetized content, and ever since I made it into content on YouTube, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This shit is stressful, man. This culture war shit is stressful, and I understand the plight of a lot of people tired of the wokeness and the stuff that's going on, but this shit gets frustrating, and this shit gets depressing, you know, because me as a content creator, I have to go up and I have to research this stuff. I have to go on Twitter, look at the discussion, look at the controversy that's going on, and I'm sitting down and I have to consume a lot of the nonsense, a lot of the back and forth. I have to read a lot of the articles. I have to get into all this stuff, and with this stuff bogs me down after a while. And what I do is, once I turn my webcam off, man, I get away from this stuff. And this stuff is getting stressful. It really is. And what I mean by that is since I'm starting to notice that the more and more I do this content, you have the reasonable people that's level-headed like me, that's in this culture war. But the more and more I do it, I'm starting to track some of the hardcore people, the super extreme people from this side. And these people, they don't believe in nuance when it comes to some of the stuff that goes on within the culture war itself. They don't have, it's black and white with these people. You either in or you're out. You're either on my side or you're not on my side. You're either going to do this or you're going to do that. And there's no nuance with these people. And these people end up becoming the very thing that they claim to be fighting against. Where instead, you know how the woke side sees everything as racist, sees everything as homophobic, and all this other type of stuff. You have the extreme side on the anti-woke side that sees everything as woke when it's not even there. They see everything woke. Everything there to them is woke when it's not. And those type of people are toxic as hell, and I don't want to deal with. And the thing is, oftentimes on Twitter, I have to confront these guys or these people in general, is because you have to be like this whole thing with this whole culture war thing. You have a lot of tourists, and tourists is not just on the wokey side. There's tourists on the anti-woke side too, where they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They come in and talk about a game or talk about an anime or whatever, and don't understand the history of the game, don't understand the history of the anime or whatever the case may be, and then talk on it and call it woke or call it this or call it that, and are completely wrong. And since they don't know the history and don't know that the history had this stuff before this whole culture war thing broke out, they make themselves look like idiots. They make themselves look like idiots. And another thing that bothers me about the anti woke side, the extreme side. Like I said, I'm not going to generalize everybody because it's not everybody. But these extreme people are very loud. And these people will destroy the momentum that the anti-woke side does have going. Because this movement is actually making strides. It is waking people up. But the extreme people on that side can ruin this movement real easily. Because the more and more I get into the anti-woke side, or the more and more I get into the culture war stuff, it's starting to bring out more extreme people. And you also have a lot of bad faith or a lot of bad actors within the anti-woke movement. And what I mean by that is I'm the person that doesn't like pulling the race card. But what I notice is there's people within this movement who are actually fucking racist, who don't like black people. And there are people who are actually sexist, who don't like women, who don't like anything with women involved, and everything. And there's people in this movement who use the anti-woke movement as a shield or a way to exploit their own racism or to exploit their sexism and other things that they have within them and stuff like that. And they try to use that as a cover up. And the thing is, I ran across quite a few people that's like that, and then because they let the mask slip off, they let it slip off every time. And what I seen the most with it was with Euden Chronicles, the black girl that's in Euden Chronicles. Let me see. I even talked about it on my Twitter too. Euden Chronicles, the black girl right here, and people kept calling it woke, calling it DIE, diversity, and all this other type of stuff. And if Euden Chronicles is a spiritual successor to the Suikoden series, and the Suikoden series had had people of color in it, and they were tribes that were people of color throughout the Suikoden series. So implementing her was no different in it. And I started seeing the comments, and people kept saying that her hair was ugly, it was unattractive, and all this other type of stuff. And I'm looking at her hair. I said, this is a natural black woman's hair. I said, I know black women who have their hair like this. This is natural hair. And all she did was put a bandana wrapped around it to keep it in place. So you calling it ugly, you're literally saying that black women hair in general, this is a natural hair. This is not a weave. There's nothing. This is her natural, blackness. This is her natural black hair. So, and I seen a bunch of disturbing comments of them just commenting and talking about how ugly her hair is and this is that and the third. And I said, what you're basically saying is that natural black women hair is just unattractive and ugly in general. I mean, I understand you can have a preference, but that's what you're literally saying. And it was a lot of it coming off as extremely racist. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really bothered me. And I said, a lot of you guys are tourists. Y'all don't know anything about the Suikoden series at all, because there was plenty of people of color in the series. And they was calling her unattractive and all this other type of stuff. I said, wait a minute. This game has over 100 characters. It's called Euden Chronicles 100 Heroes. There's 100 heroes, and they're all diverse and got all different kinds. We have a talking shark. We got a talking kangaroo. So you telling me a black woman can't be in it? Like this, that's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. So you have people who are super extreme, and then you also have people who are actually racist, who actually don't like black people or like people of color or minorities in general, but they use this movement as a way to exploit that and express how they really feel. And then when you call them out and when the masks slip off, then they try to say, oh no, it's all about the characters, it's all about the story and stuff. Well, it's actually not. And that's cowardice, but those people would destroy this momentum that this movement has if people don't call this shit out. You know? Isn't that the game you're holding in your hand, got the localization, translation, SBI, well, DIA. Yeah, so yeah, this is the game right here. And so this is the thing right here. And I'm gonna get more into the discussion in a second about it. But I've been seeing this across the board with so many different discussions or whatever like that from other things, where it's quite disturbing. I'm like, I said, are you guys really really against fighting against wokeness, or are you guys just sitting there just exploiting your racism. You know what I'm saying? Which so you really have to call these people out, because if you don't call these people out, man, everything that this movement has built will all go to shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about this whole culture war thing that's so draining, so polarizing. And what I've also noticed too is that there's a lot of people, even when I post, and I've been doing a strategy lately. I've been testing a lot of things out. And what I've been doing is, I would have a culture war video, and I would see it get 18,000 views, this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden, I would cover an indie game. Right? And the indie game won't get would get less views. No one bothers to click on the video. Nobody bothers to watch the video. And it goes to show is that there's a lot of people in this culture war who says that they want alternatives or they're looking for solutions. So now I'm taking it upon myself, and with the subscriber count that I have, I'm going to take it upon myself to make a difference. And what I mean by make a difference is being more proactive and start exposing a lot of indie games and stuff. But to get back to my point, there's a lot of people within this culture war who cry about how things are woke and angry, this is that and the other. But then when I provide some type of alternative solutions, no one gives a shit. No one gives a fuck. No one bothers to watch it. No one bothers to share it around. Now, I'm not talking about you guys who are actually watch my content and actually share it and give your opinions. But I got 23,000 subscribers. There's no way in the world that an indie video that I will post should take like 2 days to reach 1,000 or 2 days to reach 1.2K. But my culture war videos can just skyrocket extremely fast. But when it comes to having alternatives, no one gives a shit. And that's the thing that bothers me about this whole anti-woke side and this whole culture war side. There's a lot of people within this movement who who just want to be angry, who just want to be frustrated, and want to be mad, and just want to just say woke, 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 woke. But no one wants to put the footwork in or want to do their part by spreading the message out there. So that's why I've been doing this experiment lately, putting out some of these independent games. And I understand some of these games may not connect with you. But it's not about it being connect with you personally. Just because it may not connect with you doesn't mean it may not connect with other people. So go out, even though the indie game may not be for you, but it could be for somebody else. At least share the video. So I noticed that there's a lot of people within this movement who cry, complain, get angry, get mad, get upset. But then when there's a solution or there's an alternative that's sat before you, you don't give a shit about it. You don't even pass it around. You don't support it or whatever like that. And that's where the hypocrisy come in. So at this point, you just want to bitch and complain about shit, about how things are just fucking woke. You know? So there's a lot of people who just all fucking talk and don't want to be proactive about anything. And I think that's the thing that's starting to frustrate me, and that's the thing that's starting to really piss me off. So now what I'm trying to do is expect on this channel, I'm about to do, and I guess since you guys on this stream, you'll be the first to know what my plans are. What I want to do is, I want my channel, I'm still going to cover culture war stuff because you still need to know what's going on in the social political landscape of gaming, but I will start, my channel's going to start covering nothing but indies moving forward. I'm going to start covering a lot of indie projects, is because, let me tell you something, Microsoft is fucking up right now. Microsoft is doing massive layoffs, and Microsoft even said to themselves that a lot of their games, there's going to be a big gap between these AAA projects and when games are being released. You guys see my other video where I talk about Square Enix. Square Enix even said that, you know, from their loss, their 140 million or whatever billion yen or whatever they lost in their market, they said that they would have to be more resourceful and mindful of what games that they pick up. And they said expect a larger gap as we wait for these games. You're starting to hear it from a lot of these studios. So what does this mean? That means there's going to be a drought when it comes to games. So who's going to pick up this slack? Independent developers. Now it's time for independent developers to shine. This is the perfect moment. AAA gaming is slowing down because these budgets is inflated as fuck. Development time, development costs, and everything. So a lot of AA titles will have a chance to shine. A lot of independent developers have a chance to show themselves while these AAA studios are trying to get their bearings together. And I believe that it's my responsibility now, since I have a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers, why not continue to show you guys alternatives and other solutions besides keep talking about, things being woke all the time and things like that. I will still cover culture war stuff, but you will start seeing more heavy emphasis on a lot of independent game designs, developers, and I'll also talk about some independent comics that I enjoy as well. I've been doing my part. I also help put money into some independent comics that I'm waiting to get here. I already collected a couple. I'm doing the same thing on my part with the independent games, especially Icode. I can't wait to that release. I'm definitely going to support that game. But I'm doing my part, and it's up to everybody to do their part, because I'm noticing that there's a lot of people that's just talking shit, but they're not really doing their part. He said slowing down. It's what's up, Zero? What's going on, Ignorant? What's up, Mookie? What's up, He? What's up, Fivefold? What's up, Puyo? What's up, Retro Man? What's up, Osman? Everybody's here. What's up, Chatty Sissa? Oh yeah, no, well, I cover Runa. I covered Armed Fantasia 2 years ago when it first was announced, but somebody came to me recently today and said, yo, that this person is a pledger that's helping to fund Armed Fantasia, and new info came out. So expect a new Armed Fantasia video to drop soon. I'll be covering that. But I believe that I can make a difference with the viewership that I have in order to help bolster a lot of these independent creatives that's out there and help the independent industry and the community as a whole. So yes, expect a lot of independent stuff. Expect a lot of it. He says that you, Adam Martinez. What's up, Kraft? Yeah, I'm on the indie train now. I hope this will become a console exclusive. I said, fuck myself up. Now I'm going to send the research. I went to middle school with you. Who, me? You talking about Mutator? You talking about me? You went to middle school with me? Who? What's your name? Tevi is in my wish list. Said, what up? Been working on an idea for RPG that's tied to Chinese culture. That's awesome. I already crowdfunded Armed Fantasia Penny Blood. Yeah, so Penny Blood, I'll be covering that up too. He said, what up with it, man? In facts, yeah. So Mutator, what's middle school? I did 2 years of Barrett Middle School, then I did 2 years of Thomas Middle School. Moving Lord, weren't you going to pick up Etternights? What's Etternights? You gotta remind me of that. He said there's a lot of people with the long list of game backlogs, so they're going to turn those then to indie games. Most are fed up with the corpse like Microsoft. Yes, Chatty's right about that. Are you available for interviews? I love to hang out and chat. Yeah, I've been on a couple of podcasts, and I'm open. I don't care what your political. I don't care what your I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I've done a lot of podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts that I've done was with my homegirl, Cassie Cage, my boy Leon. I was on his podcast, and I was on this podcast with She Lion, a transgender woman podcast. This person covers a lot of like retro games, arcade games, and stuff. And I've been friends with She Lion for almost a year now, since I got into Arcade Went Up. So I've been on on She Lion's podcast as well. Look, I've been on a lot of podcasts recently. So if you want to talk with me and do a podcast, and you want me to be on your podcast, or you want to interview me or whatever, just hit me up. Go to my Twitter. My Twitter is Mugen Lord. You can find me there. Send me a message or whatever, or email me at email me. My email's on my YouTube page. Go to my info, my about page on my YouTube, so you can be able to get that. It's an action RPG with teenage characters, and I was partly a dating sim. No, I don't think I ever talked about that. Code. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the original Xbox era have more indie exclusives back then? Yeah. The original Xbox, I had this game called Sudeki. It was an indie RPG. It was a Western RPG. Very rare game. I still got it too. And I liked it. I really enjoyed it. He said, Lord. Yeah, he said you were on the man podcast. He said check really. Yeah. But yeah, I was on She Lion's podcast and had a good time. And this person, we didn't talk about politics. We just talked about gaming. And that's all what I really want to talk about. Like, if you want to talk about culture war stuff on your podcast, I don't mind. I don't care if you want to talk about that stuff. But I'm more like to talk about the gaming industry as a whole and talk about games that I had fun with and games that I dislike as an experience and stuff like that. I more so prefer to talk about that. But yeah, me and She Lion, like we cast all the political stuff aside and just talk about games that we enjoy and stuff. And I had a good time on She Lion's podcast. Blue Dragon had such a cool concept. It sucks that it didn't do well. Yeah. Well, with Xbox always had a hard time with JRPGs on the console. They haven't penetrated hard enough, and I wish they didn't give up. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and say they didn't try, because I got most of the Xbox JRPGs at the time, especially on the 360. I had Infinite Undiscovery, I had Star Ocean, I had Lost Odyssey, Tales of Vesperia. What was the other one I'm missing? Last Remnant. The list goes on and on. Blue Dragon, I had that too. So I did my part to try to support it. Eternal Sonata, I think too. Was it? No, that was PlayStation. Was that PlayStation 3 or was that on Xbox as well? I can't remember. Yeah, I try to do my thing. Scott said I'm playing and just chilling and stuff. But yeah, so expect that coming from me as far as like covering independent games and stuff like that. I will be doing that more often here on the channel. Now, there are some people who are confused, and I gotta make this message clear when it comes to certain things. There's a lot of things. There's some things that I want to make clear when it comes to certain things in this culture war aspect, or when it comes to how video games are handled, especially when it comes to Eastern games when they are localized or brought over here to the West. Now, I want to make this clear because there's some people who already know my stance on it, but there's people who's new to my channel or new to my Twitter and is confused and stuff about my stance on certain things. Now, I can't stand wokeness in games. I cannot stand wokeness in games. I cannot stand a lot of those aspects, certain aspects in those games, and when they're so polarizing, I mean to the point where it throws me off or fucks up the experience or it destroys my immersion to it, then I won't support the game at all. I just won't even put money down. I won't even spend money on it. But this is what I'm going to explain when it comes to Japanese games, especially when Japanese games are brought here to the West. As long as the game has good characters, a well-developed story, and the gameplay is just fucking fun as hell, and the character designs are just awesome to me, I don't give a shit what else is in the game. I'm going to buy that game. I'm going to play that fucking game, because at the end of the day, it's about my experience. Is the story good? Is the world immersive enough for me to get into the world? Is the characters well liked and well developed? That's all that matters to me. And if the gameplay is fucking good, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. So there's a lot of people here within this movement who are so like, and it's your right, and I'm not the type of person who's going to downplay or try to shame others. Like I said, you have a stance, and I respect those who stand on their word or stand for something. Now, there's a lot of people out there who don't like localization or whatever like that. In the moment, if they see any type of disruptance in localization, they won't buy the game at all. Now, me, I've grown up my whole life playing a lot of games that was localized. And a lot of these games weren't localized at the very best. But a lot of those games became legacy games, classics. I've grown up to play these games. Xenogears, localization is fucked up if you know the history of it. Final Fantasy IX, localization, fucked up. And the list, I can keep going on from the list of games, especially Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story is definitely messed up. But those are great games. And these people, fans revere these games as legacy like titles and classics. And people still enjoy these games to this very day. So I've grown up in an era of bad localization. So these never bothered me. And plus, I'm not the type of person who goes on the internet looking for issues with localization. I just want to play the fucking game. If the game is good, I'm going to play it. So, in my case, especially when it came to, one second. Because let me grab all this so I can explain everything to you guys piece by piece. So, when it comes to Unicorn Overlord, I played the fucking demo of Unicorn Overlord. Love this shit out of it. I end up buying it. I have a backlog because I haven't gotten to the opening. But the demo was so damn good, so damn intriguing to me, and I love everything about it. I said, I'm buying this fucking game. And I know there's a lot of controversy about the localization and yada yada yada. Personally, when it comes to priorities of, things that I don't like when it comes to this whole wokeness or whatever, the culture war aspect, localization is at the very bottom of my list. That's the bottom of the list I don't give a fuck about. If the game is good, I still and the story is still enjoyable, and the character designs and the characters is well developed and everything, I'm buying the game. I'm going to buy this game. I'm going to play it. And after playing the demo of Unicorn Overlord, I was hooked. And there's no way in the world I'm going to miss out on this game because of localization. There's no way I'm going to miss out on that. Same thing. I've grown up with the Suikoden series. This game right here, Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes, is the spiritual successor to the Suikoden series. It was made by indie company and everything. And when the game released, there was a lot of controversy because of the localization. Localization has issues. I've seen people on the internet posting some of the screenshots and stuff. But personally, I don't give a damn. This is Suikoden. This is the spiritual successor to Suikoden. A game I've been waiting for. And I already have friends who already had the game and opened it. I didn't open it yet because I'm still playing Stellar Blade. But all my friends are enjoying this game and say, "Yo, it's just like Suikoden." All of the Suikoden fans. So I'm not going to miss out on Suikoden because of localization. When every other aspect of the game is what I like, and I'm going to miss out on this game because localization. But like I said, if localization is the thing that draws the line for you, that's fine, and I support you 100% with that. And that's why I'm putting my stance out here so people don't get confused in where I'm coming from. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I covered this on my channel. Still in the plastic. I'll be playing this summer. But I like Yakuza Like a Dragon. The title before that one. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Gameplay is awesome. Everything. My friends got this game. Love it. Enjoy it. Everything. Yeah, there's some localization issues with this game. You think I'm not going to play this game because of that? Fuck out of here with that. I'm playing this fucking game. What else? What else do we have here? Grand Blue Fantasy. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Now, people were bitching and complaining about some of the localization issues and the censorship, where some of the girls, when it comes to their top, they have like a black top, they have like panties or like a black shorts underneath their dresses and stuff like that. This game is fun as fuck. I love the characters, and I love the little story they have going on with this game. And it's a multiplayer that I was able to play with I'm playing with my brothers. You think I'm going to stop playing this fucking game all because if there's a black top and yes, I hate censorship. I hate it. I hate censorship as the next person or whatever like that. But at the end of the day, when I'm playing the game, I'm not going to see her titties. I'm not going to be able to see her cleavage. I'm not going to be able to see her panties and shit like that. The black shorts underneath her skirt. While I'm doing combos on enemies and monsters and shit like that. That's something I'm not going to even focus on, and probably most time not even fucking notice. This is a good fucking game. Because at the end of the day, I'm a gamer. I want to have a great gaming experience. So I'm not going to allow something like that to stop me from playing the game altogether. Yeah, exactly. Kraft said it perfectly. As long as your stance doesn't interrupt others, you're all right with me. Voice your opinion. Don't make it law. So, I had a lot of people that was I had some people unsubscribe to me because of that. I mean, these are the hardcore people. I had some people unfollow me because of my stance on that. Because, like, bro, you're like, that means you're for censorship. You're for this. You're for that. This, that, the other. At the end of the day, I'm a gamer. I want to play games. And at the end of the day, I want to have a fun experience. I want to enjoy the game, play the game, and have fun. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink did that for me. I enjoyed it. Bought it. I know I'm going to have a good time with Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I just know I am. So I bought it. Despite the controversy with the localization. E-Unit Chronicles. People bitched about the localization with this. But I love Suikoden. And I know I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this. So I'm not going to sit there and rob myself because of localization. Unicorn Overlord. I can't wait to dive into this game. I love the Ogre Battle series. I played the demo to this game. Enjoyed every last bit of it. I'm going to play this shit. Because localization is not it's not up to snuff and people don't like the localization. Do you think my ass is going to skip out on this because of that? Fuck no. I'm playing this shit. So that's my stance on it. But my goal is to inform you guys, because I never my goal is for my channel is to inform you guys so you can make your own educated form your own educated opinion and make your own educated decisions before you want to support a game. That's why on my channel I never tell you how to spend your money. I never tell you how to spend your money. You know how much a hypocrite I would tell you not to buy Unicorn Overlord, then I turn around and buy Unicorn Overlord? You know how much a hypocrite that I would be by doing shit like that? That's why I never tell you how to spend your money. Because at the end of the day, it's your fucking money. It's your fucking experience. It's how you experience. And the gaming experience is subjective to each and every individual. That's why I never tell you how to spend your money. Because I know I'm going to play Unicorn Overlord. So why would I preach to you to tell you don't support the game? I just tell you, hey, this is what's happening with this game as far as localization is concerned. So just in case you're the type of person who cares about localization, here's the information. Do what you will with it. But me, I'm playing the shit out of this fucking game. He said, my advice, spend your money on gacha. He said, mechanics don't hold water to me if the game's story isn't up to snuff. I don't give a shit. Because, man, the story is trash and localized. I have gotten notorious for fucking up that. So I agree with you. So yeah, to me, once they put it just wait it out, get over sell and stuff. That's also a smart strategy too, Osman. Wait things out. And I think that's what a lot of people's doing too. Just wait for price drops. And just wait for more information when it comes to these games. Wait for it's the smartest thing you can do now with games is just wait until the game release to find out what controversy, what stupid shit is all entailed and involved with these games. I think that's the best advice I can give you guys and stuff like that. Stellar Blade, I'm playing right now. Now, also too, I'm gonna be honest with you. I guess it's like a first impression. I think it's alright. I guess instead of doing the impressions video, I guess I can give you my impressions of Stellar Blade right here, and then you get the review video, and then you get the spoiler review video when I finish the game. I guess I can give you my first impressions right now. My impressions of Stellar Blade right now. I can talk about it with you guys. All right, now let's talk about let's talk about the controversy for a second as far as the censorship. Now, as I said before, the censorship is irritating. It shouldn't even happen, especially in an M-rated game. With that being said, despite the censorship, my whole thing with Stellar Blade is I wanted an attractive. Like, I want them to bring back the attractive characters, the attractive female characters, in video games again. That was always my stance. And despite them doing some shenanigans with Eve and her outfits, she's still the sexy protagonist of the game. Eve is still Eve in this game. And that's all I cared about. So I bought the game and I supported the game. 2, if you want to play the uncensored version, you have to not update your game. Me personally, I'm not going through the gymnastics of I have to disconnect my PlayStation 5 from the internet, and I have to do all, and then every time I want to play the game, I have to make sure I'm offline so it won't keep asking me to update it. I'm not going through all that shit. I want to play the game. Eve is still hot, still sexy, and I love the world so far. I love the story so far in this game, and I love the world, and I love its characters. Now, as far as the gameplay itself, this game is like a Souls-light game. Now, you guys, if you guys been following me on this channel, I do not like Souls games much. Now, if you want to sucker me into playing a Souls game to get a Souls game a try, you gotta, as long as you give me something aesthetically pleasing, or if you take an IP that I love and then put a Souls skin over top of it, gameplay mechanics into it, you can sucker me into playing it and at least give it a try. And a perfect example of that is, I don't really like Souls games. That's why Elden Ring doesn't really click with me. And Dark Souls doesn't click to me. But Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise, that's a Souls game. But I played it is because I love Final Fantasy. It has the class system and everything I like about Final Fantasy and its mechanics and stuff. I was suckered into playing it, and plus it's a multiplayer and I'm able to cooperate in the game with my brothers. So I was willing to play that game. Stellar Blade is the same way. This is a Souls-like game. I'm not good at these games. These games are frustrating as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the patience for them, and I just don't like. I don't like because you know the Souls game is all about patience, and it's all about and most of the Souls games, they purposely make the games feel somewhat janky in a way of movement and controls, to increase that difficulty in these type of games and stuff like that. And I'm never really a fan of that or whatever. But Stellar Blade is so aesthetically pleasing, character designs and everything, and it has a story that's very intriguing, that really got my attention. I want to know where the fuck this game is going to go now that I'm getting into it. So that's the reason why I'm playing this game, because damn, like I said, to people who play Souls games, this is probably easy to you guys. But I'm not good at these games. This game is beating my ass. If you go on my Twitter, you'll see one of the posts that I made showing off how proud I was by beating one of the bosses, because I lost to this boss about 7 to 12 times, getting my ass kicked. I mean, I was getting destroyed. It was so damn frustrating. That's why it's taking me a long time to beat it, because I'm not good at these games. This game frustrates the fuck out of me, but it's so rewarding once I do figure it out after so many fucking tries. And what I do is, when I do get to a boss, and after I lose so many times and finally beat it, I said, well, I'm done for the night. So yeah, said it's not available for other platforms. I'm doing good. Just, man. Oh, what's up? What's up, Derpy? What's going on, bro? Was too anime, but it wasn't too bad as a Souls-like. And oh yeah. I also had Code Vein as well. I got that game as well. They're so trash. Not a great. What else? Market. Let me see. What's up, Akuma? What's going on? Good news. The console wars are over, and PC One going to get Steam Deck soon, like next month soon. He said. Yeah. Now that's the thing. Because Jackson, not Jackson. Retro Man said he had enough of Souls game. I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to the gaming industry, that's the problem when a game becomes too popular. The game industry or the game market ends up replicating that style because of how successful it is, and they want to cash in on it. Like when Gears of War came out, everybody wanted to be a Gears of War clone when Gears of War first came out. Take cover, you have the mechanic where you crouch and you run. And then you also gotta remember too, What Resident Evil 4 did. Resident Evil 4 introduced the over-the-shoulder gameplay mechanics, especially for third-person shooters. Ever since that happened, every game developer started replicating what Resident Evil 4 did with the over-the-shoulder. I hate that gameplay style because you really don't have full control over the camera. It's always behind you. You really can't judge what's behind you and stuff like that. And it's always stuck behind the character's back. I can't stand that. And then the game, like especially when you implement fast-paced gameplay mechanics and then you add melee attacks and stuff, it doesn't work with that camera. It doesn't work over the show. It just doesn't work. That's why with the new God of War, like the new God of War, they even adopted over the shoulder camera behind your back. I prefer the old God of War gameplay. I think the old God of War gameplay is still superior to this bullshit that the new God of War gameplay have. You know, so the gaming industry has a tendency of replicating with a successful formula, and now we are in the age of the Souls era, where we're starting to see a lot of games adopt that. You've seen it in the Star Wars games, the recent Star Wars games, where it has some of that Souls-light gameplay included in it. There was rumors at one point that a new Castlevania game was going to come out, and it was going to adopt the Souls mechanics as well. Darksiders 3 was pretty much a Souls-light game. I'm not a big fan of those games. They're not bad games, but they're just not my cup of tea. And as a gamer, I realize that when some games are not meant for you, and I think that's the problem too, where a lot of people want games to be for them, or they try to get developers to change a certain IP to adapt to their needs. And I wouldn't want a developer to do that. That's why with a lot of Souls games, I avoid it. Now the reason why, and I got some people disagree with me, but the Souls, the Demon Souls, the Dark Souls games, and Elden Ring, in my personal opinion, visually, Elden Ring looked beautiful visually, but as far as the art style, I'm not into that grim, gothic, hell-like art style. That's why, to me, it looks ugly. That's why I couldn't get into Bloodborne. I couldn't get into the Demon Souls and the Elden Ring. I don't like that style, that art direction, where everything looks doom and gloom. But that's the purpose. That fits the world, that fits the story. If it didn't have that art style or whatever, or it was like a completely different game aesthetically, I would probably play it. But that type of style, like, I already don't like the Souls game as it is. But then when you have a art style like that on top of it, I'm definitely not going to play it. But that's why in the case of Stellar Blade, it's aesthetic. Stellar Blade is much more aesthetically pleasing to me, to get me to at least try it. And then once I got into the game and the story and where the story is going, it really like, oh man, I gotta see where this is going. And like I said, with the Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise, it's a Final Fantasy game with Souls mechanics, so you know damn well I'm going to play it. Another perfect example too. I don't like the Muso games, the people who make Dynasty Warriors. I hate the Dynasty Warrior games. They feel like button mashers. They super fucking repetitive. I get bored of them so fast. I cannot get into the Dynasty Warrior games. And I'm not really into the Dynasty Warriors characters as well. But if you want me to play a Dynasty Warriors kind of game, take that Dynasty Warriors gameplay and put it into an IP that I love, and which is Hyrule Warriors. And what I like about Hyrule Warriors is, yes, it's a Dynasty Warriors game, but it also has Zelda mechanics. It has Zelda characters. And it has some of the Zelda style to it. So I played the hell out of Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and also the original Hyrule Warriors that dropped. And enjoyed every last bit of it. I loved it. They also did the same thing with the Dragon Quest Heroes. I had Dragon Quest Heroes 2. Loved it. And matter of fact, I never really played a Dragon Quest game. I got Dragon Quest 11. Still haven't opened it yet. But I haven't played a Dragon Quest mainline game. But because of that Dragon Quest Heroes, what they did was they took the Dynasty Warriors formula, but they added Dragon Quest formula, so it had towns, it had equipment, it had party members, it had dungeons, it had puzzles, it had all those type of mechanics that you will find in a Dragon Quest game, but with Dynasty Warriors mechanics to it. Enjoyed the hell out of it, and then it made me like, you know what? I'm going to invest in a Dynasty Warriors game now. No, not Dynasty Warriors game. A Dragon Quest game, which made me want. That's why I went out and bought Dragon Quest 11 because of that. Oh yeah, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I couldn't get into Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I like Gundam, but Dynasty Warriors Gundam was just, it was Dynasty Warriors. It wasn't really anything that made it stand out. That that made it like very unique to itself, like Hyrule Warriors and stuff. It was just Dynasty. It was just like it felt more like a Dynasty. It felt more like a Gundam mod over Dynasty Warriors. So I really couldn't get into it. And even the Fire Emblem Dynasty Warriors game, Dynasty Warrior Heroes or whatever it's called. Not Dynasty Warrior. I meant Fire Emblem. Was it Fire Emblem Heroes or whatever it's called? I didn't really like that one. I mean, it had a little bit of Fire Emblem elements, but it was more Dynasty Warriors than it was Fire Emblem. So I'm like, that's why I really couldn't get into that one either. No, I plan on getting Baldur's Gate 3 at some point, and I'm also gonna get the mods to it and mod it too. Oh yeah. Berserk had one too. Yeah, I seen that, Johnny. Oh, what's up, Dan Solo? I think I shouted you out already. I don't know, Derpy. A lot of you guys, I don't know what's going on with my Twitter. I'm not sure because I'm multi-streaming, but there's some of you guys who say that on Twitch, some of you guys can't see my stream, while others say y'all can see my stream. I don't know what's going on. But then when you go to my Twitch archive, the stream is perfectly fine. You can actually watch the archive. But actually watching it live, some of you guys can't see my stream on Twitch. Yeah, I have Onimusha 1 and I think 3, I think. Yeah, I've played them. I don't really care about Son Goku Basara as well. I never really cared about that as well. That mommy of Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, I gotta play Tele Berseria at some point, Jay. Yeah, I can watch the playback, but I can't see it here live. Where? Yeah. So I don't understand what's going on with Twitch. I don't know why it's doing that, because a lot of you guys are saying that it's doing that. I'm not sure. Is it because I'm live? I'm multi-streaming. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, but I can see it. I can see it on my. I can see it on. I can see it on mine's. That's weird. You're gonna have a hard time with the last two bosses in Stellar Blade. As long as you know how to parry, you good money. Dude, I know I'm gonna lose my shit playing the Stellar Blade. I know the last boss gonna probably be a bitch. I know it's probably gonna be a bitch. Oh, classic Jedi Dark Forces. Yeah, I'm on Kick too. I'm on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. Whichever works for you guys. Oh my god, Ninja Gaiden, that was my first, I guess it was like a Souls game. Dude, I couldn't, bro, I was stuck on the first level at the dojo on Ninja Gaiden 1 when it first came out. I was stuck on that first dojo when you had to fight the dude in the dojo or whatever like that. It took me weeks to beat that. I could not beat that. Once I finished that level and played the second level where you had to fight the demon guys on the horses that be running around and stuff, and you be on the bridge or whatever, couldn't beat that level. That shit was fucking hard. I gave up on it. I couldn't. I gave up on Ninja Gaiden back in the day. That game was fucking hard. Super hard. Super hard. 1 second, guys. Checking something. Oh. 1 second. One. They done. That's a phone. Oh wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, man. Chinchu was good. Now Sekiro, Sekiro was supposed to be a reboot during development. I believe when I read that Sekiro was supposed to be a Tenchu game, but it ended up going so far left that it ended up being its own thing. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden on the first Xbox. On the first Xbox. Oh, what's up, Kaiser? I'm doing good, man. I'm chilling. How about you? Armor Core, yeah. I still haven't beat that game yet either. I sat that game down too. That game is kicking my ass because I have the original Armored Core on PS1. I have the originals, and they were kicking my ass back then too. Like I said, I'm not good at those games. Like From Software games, like most of their games are very challenging. I was never good at any of them. Yeah. Yep, Mike Dot and yeah. Oh, what's up, Uncultured? Yeah, yeah, Sekiro was originally supposed to be a Tenchu game. And somewhere in development, he was like, fuck it. Bro, Johnny, you're not helping me at all. You're really discouraging me right now. You gotta understand. A person who will play Souls game, I'm getting my ass, every boss I encounter, I get my ass destroyed. When I say I get destroyed like 15 to 20 times before I actually win. And you're discouraging me when you talk about the last two bosses. About to work on my art. Recently got back into drawing. That's good, Kaiser. That's real good. Yep. My thoughts on the Tingle game shutdown. Well, I can't give you my thoughts because that's a video for Monday. You'll hear my thoughts on Monday. So it's going to be on my channel at 8 a.m. Eastern time, Obi. So you'll get my answer on there. All that's been pre-recorded. Oh, what's up, Animix? What's going on? I hear you, Pilgrim. I hear you. Bro, like, those games, man, like, it's just tough. It's just super fucking tough. Like, and I gotta get patience. So Stellar Blade it's a challenge for me. After I finish Stellar Blade, I have to go back. I'm right near the end of Final Fantasy 16. I have to get back to Final Fantasy 16 and finish that so I can make a video about that, give you my thoughts and opinions over it. Do I like Cerebon? I talk about that on Monday as well. I won't get too much into it, but I will say this to you guys. The whole Cerebon situation, in my personal opinion, and I truly believe this, you may disagree with me, but I'm telling you right now, Cerebon is a scapegoat. She's going to be the sacrificial lamb for everything that goes wrong. Everything that goes wrong in Microsoft with the Xbox right now, she's going to take the blow for all that. Now, I know that she knows what she getting herself into, and I think that she most likely agreed to this, and they're probably going to give her a good severance package if she decides to step down. So that I think they're going to pay her really well if she decides to step down and walk away from this. They're going to make sure to pay her well. But she's definitely going to be she's definitely the scapegoat for Microsoft right now. And remember, because I see a lot of people, talk about diversity hire and all this other type of stuff like that. But you have to understand, when it comes to Cerebon got put in the position of Xbox president was because her superior, who's above her, had actually been promoted to a new position. So since he got promoted to a new position, it meant that she had to move it up to the next position, and the person that's below her had to move into Cerebon's position. So she went in that position by default, or whatever like that. It wasn't because he's looking for a black face or anything like that. It was that by default, by everybody else moving up, she moves up next in line. So now that she's in this position, we won't see, and I covered it before about Sarah Bond when the announcement was first made. We won't see the effects of Sarah Bond's decision making until at least late 2025 to early 2026. We'll start to see what I guess you would say, the Sarah Bond administration will be doing. So now we're seeing what Xbox right now is really has nothing. Sarah Bond really has not much control over what's going on. Now, I know I'm not going to say that she's not going to fuck up anything. Yes, like Microsoft is fucking up anyway. So there's a lot of people thinking, coming in, calling diversity hire, and also saying that, Xbox is going to be worse and stuff like that. I'm like, but isn't Microsoft already been worse off? We had a person that was before her who's fucking up Xbox. So her coming in or like that ain't gonna change Microsoft fucking up at all. It's like they always been fucking up. It's not like she walked in this position and all of a sudden Microsoft is now going to do bad. Microsoft always been doing bad. So all I say is that hats off to the assistant. Like that's all I can say. And if you look at that recent interview, you can tell that she's so uncomfortable, and all this, she has to take the brunt of all that. And she's going to take all those bullets for Phil Spencer. So I'm telling you, mark my words, you're going to see more of her taking hits, and you're going to start seeing less of Phil Spencer. Because she's going to be taking all the bullets for Phil Spencer. Yeah, I'm going to talk about all that. So I'm not going to get into full discussion. I'm talking about Game Pass, all that. So you'll find out. Yeah, so I have questions for you. Alright, Akuma, I'm not going to talk about the Helldivers 2 because that's a video for Wednesday. I already recorded that too, so you'll find out about that on Wednesday. Yeah, what could she say? You know what I'm saying? And you can look at her body language, look at her face and everything. She's so uncomfortable. You can tell that the pressure's on her. Yeah, so I'm telling you right now, this is why I hate about this whole diversity initiative. This is what I hate about this diversity initiative. Me being being a black person as well. This whole movement does not help minorities at all. It really doesn't. Because as I said in my video talking about Sarah Bond when they first announced her, is they already when it comes to this diversity and inclusion thing, the mainstream media and these journalists set minorities up for failure from the start. Because for the simple fact is, this whole wokeness, this whole diversity initiative already has people on edge. So anytime they see a person of color, or anytime they see a woman, or they see a gay person, or whatever like that, or a trans person, or whatever like that, anytime they see these people's already on edge. Everybody has a right to feel that way because we've been burnt so much. But everybody's on edge when they see any of that, because they see it as a sign of something worse to come. That this person must have been in this position because they are a diversity hire, or any of that sort and stuff like that. So that makes sense. That's why people are cautious. But it also makes it an uphill struggle and an uphill battle when there is a person of color who is competent and who got hired based on their merit rather than their skin color. Because now they have more to prove now. They have more to prove because they are a person of color. There's no way around it. And I'm not going to pretend. We're going to be real here. Being a black person, yes. Being a black person, there are some things that makes things extremely hard being a black person because of the social pressure. There's a lot of things. I remember going through college, man, and being the only black person in class. And I walk in class, everybody's looking at me. Everybody's looking at me, and there's some people who already have this preconception just by looking at me or whatever like that, and make assumptions based on me being a black person, or based on me having braids, or based on any of these things, and don't know me and stuff. So me as a black person, I have to prove myself and beat that stereotype when I'm in class or when I'm out in these public spaces. I have to prove and fight against that stereotype so people can see me for who I am rather than the stereotype that these people see on the internet or from their personal experiences and stuff like that. So I have to do two fights. I have to fight the stereotype, you know what I'm saying? And then I also have to prove myself as an individual at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So yes, as a minority, yes, there are struggles that we have to deal with and when we in those type of social spaces and stuff like that. You know? But once you beat that stereotype and you finally get over that hurdle, then everything else is fine. Everybody just poof. They're whatever type of stereotype or prejudgment that they have, it goes out the window. Because oh man, like this guy's a real cool person and stuff. Is that really a black person issue, or is it the issue for anyone? It's uncommon for a large group of people would experience two-faced balls fight in one. Well, yeah, no, like for instance, come on, even with if you're a white person and you're in an all-black space, black people's going to judge a white person if that person is the minority in that space. We're going to be real. It's not just black people, but if you're a black person and you in a space that's a majority space or like that, people are going to have their own preconceptions of you based on their experience or based on what they've seen on the internet or whatever else. Same thing with white folks. If you take a white person, you put them in an all black space, black people's going to have their preconception of that white person based on their experience or based on what they think they know, based on what they see on the internet and stuff, until the ice melts, until they break the ice to get to know that person and stuff like that. You know, so it works both ways, or whatever like that. But yes, being a black, so that's why this whole thing, even with Sarah Bond and stuff like that, like she could be incompetent, but what if she's not incompetent? She has a lot to prove now. She has a lot to prove as a minority. She has to prove that she's not a diversity hire. So that's another uphill struggle. And what makes it worse is the fact is that these journalists, they make it worse is because instead of talking about their minorities' actual achievements, the only thing that they talk about is the fucking surface level. First black person, or the first black man, or the first black woman that's in a high power position. They always talk about their blackness, and they always talk about their gender rather than their achievements. I remember when Sarah Bond was first announced, and I was seeing all these articles. None of them talked about her achievements. They only talked about her being the first black woman in a powerful position in Microsoft. That's the only thing they talked about. They didn't talk about any of her previous achievements. I found out that she was in charge of a department in Verizon before that, and then she worked in other companies before that. I had to actually dig that up and research that. But every other article just talk about her blackness and her gender, and that sets minorities up. That sets minorities up for failure, or it sets them up for a challenge. Because now they have to fight. They have to fight that label now. They have to fight that label. They have to fight the diversity hire label. They have to fight the wokeness label. They have to fight all that now. On top of, trying to also show that, hey, I have merit. I am a person. I am an individual. Yeah. You don't feel like I'm feeling a spot for age and let my skill speak for itself. Yes, that's right, Baka. What's up, Chris? Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, so that's the problem. It doesn't help. This why this diversity initiative doesn't help minorities at all, and it hurts them the most. Because guess what, guys? When the pendulum swings back the other way, guess who's going to get hurt the most? Minorities. Minorities are going to get hurt the most. If minorities got hired based on their skin color, and when these corporations start to fold and start to fumble because of these DIE and these initiatives, and then when the pendulum swings the other way, these diversity hires, they are going to be the first to get fired. I covered this before on one of my YouTube videos about diverse and inclusive inclusion initiatives. I talked about how in Warner Brothers and a lot of these high positions where you had all these women in these powerful positions, and like Netflix and all this other type of stuff, and how they all got fired a little bit after the pandemic because these companies were losing money. and they started to see that, yo, this diverse shit doesn't work. And since they got put in these positions because they were women, and some of them were women of color, they were the first to go out. They were put in that position because of that. And then when shit wasn't working, guess what the first thing they did? They fired their asses first. Yes, they're the scapegoats. When things fail, they're the first to go out. That's why this type of system does not work. It does not hold. And the bad part about it is, that's why with this whole anti-woke situation and this culture war situation, now we got into a point, and I said this in my video. Now we got into the point where anytime you see a person of color or you see a woman, now people just call it woke automatically and don't even give it a chance yet and see where it's going to go. And what proves it too is that I see a lot of the culture war anti-woke channels were extremely wrong. They were extremely wrong about the Fallout TV series. Was it on Amazon? I never watched it though, because I'm not really a Fallout fan. But it was so many anti-woke channels that called the show woke before it came out, because they had a woman on it as the main lead and all this other type of stuff like that. There was a lot of things that, people was bleeding content. I mean, they was milking this shit. And just for the show that it was well received. And there was a lot of anti-woke channels who actually, there were some that actually admitted they were wrong, while you had others who stopped talking about it and won't admit that they were wrong. So now we have to be careful about how we judge things now, is because it doesn't mean all the time things are woke simply because you see some of the tick marks or some of the conditions that will make something woke. So now you have to be careful. You have to be extremely careful about it. Same thing about the X-Men 97 TV series. Everybody's saying that show is fucking good. I haven't watched it yet. I'll wait till all the episodes are done or whatever. But people also said the shit was going to be woke. That it was going to be woke garbage. It was going to be this, that, and the other. But everybody's loving the show. Everybody's loving the show. Yeah, so you have to be careful, is because I think this is another thing that could destroy the anti-woke movement. And I also think that the lefties may is going to start probably putting out traps. Start putting out traps to set some of us up by putting out some of these things that make it appear woke, and then everybody will go out on the attack, start attacking it, start making videos about it, and then turn around and it ends up not being that, and that would start discrediting the anti-woke movement. So you also have to be careful about that too, and you have to be more cautious of how you cover this content before giving out. That's why I also say on my channel, I say it on my Twitter, guys, don't jump the gun fast. Don't be fast to react. Just wait and see as information come out. I'm not supporting Disney ever again. Season 2 on the way though. So yeah, so Vet Gamer. Now this is the thing. This one thing I can say about this. This is why I'm cautious about X-Men. This is why I'm cautious about Fallout. Because even though the first seasons may be good, they also tend to do this too. This is another strategy that they do. They'll make the first season really, really good. You don't really find any wokeness in it or whatever the case may be. You may not find it in there. That's to bring people in and get all these views. People start looking forward to it. Soon as the second season come in, they do a bait and switch. Was it The Exorcist TV series? My brother Keo and Strike was watching it one time. Show was really good. Season 2 came in, the main protagonist, this dude, I think he was a priest or something like that. Like, as soon as the second season started, they just turned the dude fucking gay. He started kissing men and shit. I'm like, there was no signs of it in the first season that he was fucking gay. Next thing you know, the second season he was gay. All of a sudden, the main protagonist and shit. And that's why a lot of Netflix westernized shows on Netflix I don't watch, because a lot of it has so much gay shit in it, so much woke shit in it. It's just like I can't watch it. I just can't digest this shit at all. Like, it's just I only watch a lot of old stuff, like a lot of the old television shows, cartoons, and stuff like that. But a lot of these shows is so is filled with so much propaganda, so much of this narrative that they're trying to push with a lot of these modern shows. I don't watch it. I don't watch it at all. He said, yeah, he said, nah, bro, that's the Sweet Baby Ink tactic, feeding the picky babies. So, the season 3 bait and switch, good old Castlevania made me mad as fuck. Like, well, the thing about Castlevania, I got nervous with Castlevania with the first season because I'm not sure. Like I only know the Castlevania games. I don't follow any of the novels that they may have or the extra literature they may have in Castlevania. But when I seen my boy Alucard in that sex scene where he was having sex with the young man and his sister, I was like, what the hell? I said, Alucard, he's bisexual and shit. Like when did this happen? So I started getting nervous there. And I was like, yo, if they continue this, I don't know. They may double down on it even more. And then they also made the black guy like a really, really prominent character. And he was more. They showed more. They had more focus on him than they had on the on the Belmont or whatever like that. But when I seen season 2, when I seen that new the new one, season 3, I think it was, and I seen the trailer. And I see, and the thing is, like I said, I have no problem with it, but it's Castlevania. Most of Castlevania is a European tale. So I start seeing all these niggas in it. I'm like, okay, I'll say, okay, like, what's going on here? And and then when I start seeing that a lot of the cast was being race swapped, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, like, what the hell is going on? I didn't bother to watch it, but from what I heard that. It also incorporated slavery and all this other type of shit in the season. I'm like, what the fuck did that have to do with Castlevania? I'm glad I didn't watch it. This guy expert. I don't follow Castlevania. I see what you saying about Sarah Bond though. Even she says as a boss, she has to push whatever they tell her to push. Yeah, Vet Gamer. Yeah, Castlevania, yeah, it did. But when I started seeing when they started just race swapping characters that weren't, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, do we have to go this route? Like, do we really have to do this? It's Castlevania. It's just like stick to the source material. I'm only light skinned, but only thing I get judged by is personality and the fact that how much of a quiet person I am. But usually girls go for that sort of, even though I don't like girls. You don't like girls, Chris? Oh, okay. I mean, whatever floats your boat. So yeah, man, that was crazy, bro. That was fucking crazy. But yeah, man. So I checked out. I didn't even bother. I did not even bother to invest. And, oh yeah, Invincible. Even though Invincible is a good show, that shit is woke as fuck. There's a lot of woke shit in Invincible, but the story is still good. And the characters. That's the thing about, you can have woke elements, but as long as the characters are interesting, I like the story to the Invincible show, and I like the characters. That's the only reason why I'm watching it. But yes, there's a lot of race swapping, and this is done on purpose because the creator of Invincible said he's ashamed of what he's ashamed of what he did with Invincible back in the day, because him being a white straight male, and his ignorance of being a white straight male, he feels though that he wants to now do the series justice. So now they race swapped and shit like that, and making some characters gay, and they're doing all this extra shit they didn't need to fucking do, but they're doing it for the show because the creator himself wanted to do it. Whatever, But I like the show. Yes, it has some woke stuff in it, but the show is good. Like I said, as long as you got my attention, as long as it's fucking good, I'm willing to bypass a lot of those things because you still have a strong narrative that you're telling. You know what I'm saying? I was going on Netflix. Good story, good wrestling. The season 3 turned super. Let's say saucy. Yeah, Amber was the worst. Amber was the worst. But then they toned her down in season 2. They toned her down as far as making her more. They made her more likable in this season, which I guess they got the feedback from the fans or whatever like that. Because because Amber wasn't supposed to be black. Amber was a white woman, but they switched her. Like I said, this whole diversity thing, they made her black, and then not only they made her black, they made her insufferable. They made her an insufferable black chick. So I don't know what they would call themselves doing with that. What's the dude name with the one eyeball? The Cyclops looking dude. That chick who that chick who he sleeps with. I can't remember her fucking name. In the comic book, she was just some chick that he had relations with. But in the show, they made her his superior. They made her above him and shit like that. It's all the type of shit that they did with that. And of course, they have a gay couple in Invincible as well. Two gay males. And the problem, they haven't added value to the show, so it's just So that's the thing. Said I'm not interested in relationships. It doesn't interest me. Oh, I understand, Chris. I understand. Yeah. So yeah, there's woke elements in Invincible, but the show is good. Like that's why I said, as long as that's the whole point. If the show is good, I'm willing to look over some of that stuff. Unless, like I said, if the show gets fucking, I mean like unbearable, like gay and shit like that, and all that other type of nonsense, then I tune out. Like I tune the fuck out. Like I don't sit around for that shit. But Invincible got so many things going for it. You know what I'm saying? That's really, really good. And that's why I watch it, and I enjoy it. That's why I can sit through some of the cringe woke moments and stuff like that, because the show is good. Yeah, I agree, Chatty. I definitely agree with that. Mm-hmm. I agree, Retro Man. He said, Fibra said he skipped every Williams scene. Oh yeah. Especially the scene where Williams' boyfriend was about to jump off. His boyfriend's about to jump off the cliff and kill himself, and then he had to convince him to get off the cliff and saying, "You got so many people that love you." It was just, oh god, I cringe every time when I see two guys hugging and kissing on each other, and they acting like a male and female couple. Like it gets me every time. So So him hugging him and stuff like that, it was just, oh dude, it was just cringing the fuck out of me, and them explaining to him like he's a chick, like the dude's a chick, and that loves him and shit. Like I'm like, Jesus Christ, I cringed all through it, and I said, all right, we got over it now. Oh my god, it fucking gets me every time. Oh, what's up, Bloodhound? If it's because, like I said, like when it comes to Invincible, it's like it's different. Like I said, it's different levels to it. It's different levels. Like I said, after the first season, when I saw as they went to that bisexual moment with Alucard, I was already tuned out. So that was already a preview of what was to come with the following seasons of Castlevania. That's why I didn't bother. When they got to that bisexual scene where Alucard was letting the dude go down on him and shit like that, I was like, I'm done. Like I'm done. So that's why I said, that's why I didn't even bother. And I knew from there it would keep going with wokeness and go farther and farther down. I was like, nope, I'm done. Yeah, yeah. When they get to that level. Yeah, Castlevania was when they got to when it like I said, it was like for instance, what's the name of that? It was with Super Crooks. I talked about it before on the stream. Super Crooks had this one gay character where you didn't even know he was gay, but with how they incorporated this gay character named Gladiator, they did a good job, was because it was incorporated in the plot. They was using his gay. They was using him. They was going to blackmail him to expose him as a gay man cheating on his boyfriend. In order for the Crooks to get Gladiator, who's a hero, to join the Crooks in order to hijack to do a heist in the bank and stuff. And they incorporated it really well, because once they mentioned that he was gay, they left it alone and just continued. But Gladiator was such a good character, I didn't even give a fuck that he was gay. And plus, it didn't focus on him kissing his boyfriend and doing all the, gay sex and all. It didn't do any of that. It just mentioned that he was gay, and he didn't act flamboyant. He was this buff dude who was just super strong, and I liked him. He was a gay character, and I didn't give a fuck that he was gay. He was a well developed, and he was an interesting character. And this was a Western property, but it was made into an anime, and they've done a good job. So I like I said, if something's got some like gay characters, I don't mind. If the character's gay, I don't care. It's just how the gay characters handle. So like Invincible, it's just just the gay dude. They hug each other and stuff. I'm not going to sit there and walk away and say let's just do them just hugging and stuff like that. Or they get a little lovey-dovey by saying like, oh, I love you and stuff. That's not gonna bother me. But the moment you start getting to the kissing and start fucking and all this other nonsense and shit like that, I'm out. I tune out. I'm out of there. See until I couldn't take that shit. Now people see that shit, and this shit is not woke. Yeah, but like I said, like I watched Castlevania up until like they finished it or whatever like that, and I was like, all right, it's done. But like I said, you understand, you had to see my facial expression when I watched it, and when I seen Alucard doing it to the dude and the sister, I was sitting there, I said, they're really doing this, huh? I was like, and I'm sitting there like, and I had my head down, face palming. I said, we're really going down this rabbit hole. And ever since that, I said if they decide to continue this series, they're going to double down. It's going to get worse. It's going to get extra woke as they go if they willing to start here. So that's why I already tuned out after that. I tuned out. What's my opinion on sex scenes in general? For me, sex scenes, like, to me, they're not necessary, and like if they're there, I don't like sex scenes that's not there, that's there for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't like sex scenes like that. I like the build up. I don't know. I guess there's like a feminine part of me where I love romance stuff at times. Like when I watch animes or when I watch certain shows where you can actually see the dynamic between a man and woman and how they connect emotionally with each other and stuff. I like the payoff. Like, a sex scene should be a payoff where the man and the woman, they go through all this together. They go through the struggle, they go through the trials, tribulation, or the guy was injured and she risked her life to save him, or she was hurt and he risked her life. But you've seen the sexual tension between them, or you've seen the interest between the two throughout the entire series or whatever like that. And then you're like, man, why don't you just fuck already? Or why don't you just make love to each other already? I like stuff like that. That's why I think I love doing 3D hentai, because the reason why I'm so successful with my 3D hentai stuff, because I make stories. There's a build up. Like my characters don't fuck just to just fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I animate 3D hentai, I don't like making just like sex loop animations. Like it does nothing. Like I can't like I don't do my best with the animation. Like I get bored of it, or it seems like work when I'm just creating sex animations. Like when I create sex animations in my 3D hentai, I have to envision a backstory. I think that's like the feminine side of I guess, where like women, like with men we're very visual, but women, right? What gets women aroused is the emotional aspect. It's the mental. It's like you give them a mental picture of things. That's why I explain to a lot of young men, sex actually goes on for days before the actual intercourse happens. What do I mean by that? When you meet a woman of interest and y'all been talking, you gotta understand. That's why I love when I encounter a woman where we're mutually interested in each other, and it's like a playful, like sex is like a mating dance between a man and a woman, and I love the aspect of you either video calling her or she's texting you, and y'all you're getting really playful with each other, and it's in a playful way, and it's done in a cute but sexual way, and you're pretty much putting it in her head. As a man, you want to leave an imprint on a woman's mind to where when she gets off the phone, she's always thinking about you. She's wondering what you're doing, and she's dreaming about you, and she can't wait to be in your presence. I think that's what makes sex and lovemaking a very special thing between a man and a woman, and that's the thing that really gets me. That's why when it comes to sex in movies and stuff, I really don't care for it, but I don't mind it being there as long as it's a payoff from what the two characters or two individuals been through that led to this point to where now they're having sex and stuff like that. So yeah. So what's up? What's up, Weird? What's up, Poppy? What's going on? So where can you find my hentai work? You can I can give it to you. 1 second. I'll post it in the chat in a bit. Oh, yeah. So for those of you guys who are in the process of talking to a woman or whatever like that, or is it a female interest that you have interest in, this is the type of advice I want to give you guys. Like, women don't like jumping right into it. You have to, like, women love the whole dance. They love the whole emotional dance and stuff. Like, women are emotional, and everything is mental based with them. That's why their sexuality is more fluid than men. That's why some women can kiss a girl and then like and don't think nothing of it or like that, but they more so like guys. But once in their life they kissed a girl or something like that. Because women, especially when their sexuality is so fluid. Because most of it, just like that woman said, that woman who disguised herself as a man, that lesbian that I covered before, who disguised herself as a man to see what it's like to be a man, and she eventually killed herself because she realized how hard it was to be a man and how cruel women can be towards men. Well, anyway, she even said it herself as a lesbian, that with women it's all up here, it's all mental, it's all emotional. That's why she said even after she came out and said that she was a lesbian, that she was actually a woman and not a man, those women still wanted to be in a relationship with her because she put an imprint on that woman's mind. And that's what it is as a man. Your job, if there's a woman that you love or there's a woman that you have interest in, your job as a man or your goal as a man to capture her, you have to leave an imprint on her mind and on her heart. Once you leave an imprint on her, man, you got her. Like she's gonna come back for more, and she thinks very highly of you, and she makes all these kind of things up about you, and she can't stop thinking about you and stuff. And that's the best thing about sex, where, like I said before, I used to have conversations leading up to the day that I know we're gonna meet up, but before that day we meet up, we're on the phone. And we're talking, we having fun, we being playful in a sexual way with each other, and we're getting each other hyped up. We getting each other like excited, especially her, getting her excited to see me. So when we get together, man, the sex is amazing, or the love making, or however you want to call it. It's just incredible and stuff. And that's why it's important to be selective, guys. And even I got women in this chat or not. Even the women, my advice is, man, you don't go around sleeping around with anything or everybody. Like, I'm talking to the fellas too, man. Don't go around just go sleeping around and stuff. I think sex is very sacred between a man and woman and stuff like that, and you want it to be special. It's no longer special, especially from a female perspective, and some people may call it sexist or whatever like that. It's not meant for a woman to go sleeping around with a bunch of dudes. You gotta understand. See, it's when it comes to love making, it comes to sex, it's an exchange of energy. It's an exchange of the soul between a man and a woman. You gotta understand, a woman, she has a pussy, she has a vagina. Women are receivers, man. Males, we got a penis. It's for intercourse. It's for inserting yourself inside of her. So as a man, you're giving to her. You're conquering her. You're between her legs. She's opened her legs up for you. You're conquering her. You know, so she's giving you permission to conquer her, to take over her and stuff. And with this whole movement of women going around just sleeping around, see, the thing is, when a man ejaculates, even if he don't ejaculate in her, but even when him just ejaculating in general and inserting himself inside her, he's giving his life force to her. He's giving her his energy. He's giving his soul. He's giving his personality. He's giving everything to this woman. And women may not believe this, or people may not believe this. No, you're exchanging your soul. You're exchanging your energy to this woman. And after you have sex with her, you think after you pull out that you're done with her? No, your essence, your energy, your spirit is inside her now. Why do you think? That's why it's harder for her when she keeps sleeping around with a bunch of dudes, and then when she finally get to you, it's harder to please her. The reason why it's harder to please her, you're competing with all those men that left an imprint. Because when you have sex with her, you're leaving an imprint on her. You're leaving an imprint on her. So what happens is she has a bunch of imprints from a bunch of different men, and her body responds to those men that left an imprint on her. So when you having sex with her and she's not getting into it, or you're not hitting it the way she feels though, because she's measuring you to the previous guy or the two guys before that. You're always competing. She's always going to measure you to that guy. The less bodies she has, the less she's going to measure, or she has no bodies at all. She has nothing to measure to. You're always going to be that experience that she loves and stuff like that. But she's going around fucking everything and let every dude just stick it in her with like that. She's not going to be able to bond with you at all, because she's always going to remember that other guy that hit it the right way. And her body's always going to go crazy and respond every time she gets around that guy. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's why women should not. That's why it's not good, man, for women to go around sleeping around with a bunch of dudes. And I'm not promoting guys. I'm not promoting guys to sleep around either. But when it comes to guys, see, the thing is, the difference between guys, men and women. Women are designed to get attached emotionally. They're designed that way. It's meant to happen that way because she's designed to bear children, and she needs that emotional attachment and stuff in order for her to emotionally attach herself to a child, in order to get a child the nutrients and take care of the child and raise the child. That's why she's much more emotional than men. See, men, if you look at any male, especially in any species, especially a dog can fuck one female dog and then walk down the street and see another female dog and want to fuck that or whatever like that. Because as men, we were designed to lick or spread our seeds. Especially back in the caveman days, or especially when things were much more, how you would say, dangerous, when we didn't have the civilization that we didn't have, that we have today. A long time ago, there was no guarantee that your seed would survive. So as a man, you had to leave your genetic legacy as much as possible. So a man, he would have a bunch of different wives, a bunch of different women. He would have a harem. He would have a harem so he can spread his seeds in a bunch of different women to ensure that his legacy survived, because it was no guarantee that just because a woman gave birth, especially back in the day, that she would have a child, there's no guarantee that your seed would live because of the harsh environments, especially with with viruses, bacteria, the different climate conditions, and all the hazards there was back in the day. There was no guarantee that your seed would survive. That's why as a male, the males would go fuck everything, fuck any or everything in order to ensure his legacy, to make sure to keep his bloodline running and stuff. And that's why you look at the biblical figures. There's a lot of prominent Bible, a lot of even guides, great followers had a harem of women, concubines and stuff like that. Abraham had a bunch of damn wives and concubines and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These men were powerful men, and these men had laid legacies or whatever like that. It's in a man to lay his seeds and stuff like that. That's why, see, for men, sex is just an action where we can fuck, like we can have a woman that we're attached to, that we really love and give our resources to, and then he can go out there and fuck this other chick, but to him fucking this other chick is just some other chick that he just fucked. She means nothing to him. He would still love and give his wife everything that he wants, everything, because he actually loves her. He actually loves her. He actually is willing to give his resources to her. But he'll go out and fuck another chick and not even think about it like that. Because that sex is just an action to him. See, with a woman, when she opened her legs up and allowed this man to conquer her, she gives her mind and she gives her heart and spirit to him. So once that man got her mind, you lost her. That's why a lot of men, when their wives cheat and their girlfriends cheat, look at it. Think about it. When a woman cheat, if his girlfriend or his wife cheat, he's done. He don't take her back. Because that man that she cheated with, he left an imprint. And I heard this so many times from women that I know who cheated on their boyfriends or their husbands and stuff, where they actually said they felt guilty. Even though she's in a relationship with her boyfriend, she felt guilty sleeping with her boyfriend, who's her actual boyfriend. She felt as though that she was doing the man that she was sleeping with, she was cheating with. She felt as though that the man that she was cheating with, she felt as though that she was doing him wrong by sleeping with her own boyfriend. It's because the man that she was cheating with, he got her mind already. Once he got her mind, you don't have her no more. That's why a lot of men, they won't take her back, because you don't have her no more. And when you take her back, most 9 times out of 10, the relationship gets even worse. She loses respect for you, because she's like, wait a minute, I even opened my leg to another man and you took me back, or whatever like that. She loses respect for you, and then she violates you even more. She does it again. So that's why a lot of men, they leave their wives and their girlfriends alone. If you notice with a girlfriend, her boyfriend would cheat so many times and she keep taking him back, or whatever like that. Because to a woman, like I said, when a man and a woman, it's totally different. Because that man that's cheating on her, that man has her mind and her soul and her heart. He has her. So she's always willing to forgive him, because in her head, okay, he came back to me. So those women right here, his heart is his heart or his resources is not going to these women out here. He's just fucking them. These women are just side pieces to him. But he's coming back to me. He's taking care of my kids. He's paying my bills. He's still giving me the world. Yeah, he goes out every once in a while and he fucks. Look at a lot of these celebrities. A lot of these basketball wives, a lot of these celebrity women knows that their husband is going around sleeping around. Knows it. But he's always when he comes back home, she still has his resources. She still has him. Those other women that he's fucking, they don't have none of those. They get nothing from that man, because he still gives that man those resources. His woman those resources. The only time a woman finally leaves that man that keeps cheating is when that man start taking his money and start taking his resources and giving it to those women that he's going around sleeping with. And then if he gives those women a baby, then that's where the issue really starts to get into. He said the woman that is loyal to him and loves him after he smashes the side chick, he appreciates older girls even more and would not go anywhere else. Yeah, and never cheats. Yeah, so I've seen it, man. I've seen a lot of women would stay with their man after cheating so many times, because that man got her heart. He got her heart, and then eventually that man ends up stopping. Eventually, over time, he ends up stopping or whatever like that. But those women end up staying in. You know, staying like riding with him all the way through. No matter how many bitches he fucked or whatever like that, she still stick by his side or whatever like that, because that man gives her everything that she wants and needs or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So fucking another bitch or whatever like that, that's just recreation. She see it as recreation. That's just recreation for him. He's being a man, getting off his seeds, just shooting his load or whatever like that. But I know it's a double standard. I know it is. I'm not saying it's right either, but there is a difference. That's why dudes, they don't. When she cheats, that's it. He's out of there. He's done. Every powerful man has a bunch of different women. Every powerful man does. It's been in history. It's been since the dawn of time. And the thing is, women created that. Men didn't create that. Women go after the men who has the most resources and who has the best genetics, and they go pick them. They pick winners. Women pick winners, man. Women are willing to share a guy that has the most resources than to be exclusive to a man who has less than her or less than the guy with the most resources. And they did a social experiment years ago, where what they did was they got women and men of different attraction levels, ranked from 10 to 1 or whatever like that, on a scale of attraction. And what they did was they put the 10 men and the 10 women in the same room. The social experiment was to see how, will they evenly disperse, like evenly hook up together based on their levels of attraction and stuff. And what they discovered was the guys that was at 8, 9, and 10, all the women said fuck the other guys. All 10 of the women was fighting over the guys and and not even fighting over the guys. They was willing to share the guys who rank from 8 to 10. Why any guy that's below 8, none of those girls is talking to. None of them. Yeah, it's nature. No, it wasn't an experiment show. It was a study. It was a study that I read. Yeah. What's up, S3? Is that why harems are so popular? Yeah, harems are very popular. Women just have to abide by that. Yeah, it's just nature. So all the guys who was below an 8, none of the women wanted. All 10 women wanted to share the guys that rank from 8 to 10. Women do it. Look at hookup culture. Hookup culture. Men didn't create hookup culture. Women did. Also, I gotta find. I guess next time I do a chill stream, I want to find this video. But there was a female sociology teacher in college where she was disturbed about about hookup culture, and she thought that it was because she was being a feminist, and she was thinking that it was men that was doing the hookup, that created the hookup culture. So what she did was, and she did a social experiment. She had all the young men and women in her classroom. They said by the end of the day, she said, "What I want you to do is, I want you to ask out the guy in your classroom, and if you're a guy, ask the girl out in your classroom, whoever you have your eyes on, and you ask them out, and ask them out on a date or to go out with them." So it was part of a homework assignment. It was an experiment. She wanted to see how men and women and how they react to each other and stuff. So she was surprised by the results that they found out that the guys wanted to be in a relationship with the girls, but most of the girls didn't want the relationship because they wanted to try out the other guys. She's thinking about, oh man, she's thinking it's like the grass is greener on the other side syndrome that was going on. Because now these girls had so many options of guys in the class to pick out from. She wasn't happy with the guy that she originally approached to begin with, or the guy that originally approached her. So at the end of it, the guy wanted to continue on with her. That most of the girls in the classroom didn't want to. They wanted to try out the other guys. So then we started to get an uneven distribution, because then we started to find out most of the girls was only gravitating to a certain pocket of men, while the other guys was getting discarded. So that's what and she was, and the feminist chick was really dumbfounded. Like, she couldn't believe it. She started realizing, yo, it's not the dudes that's creating this hookup culture, it's the women that is. So now all the girls are gravitating to this short pocket of guys, and now these guys is breaking it off with the girl and going to the other girl. Now he has a selection. He has a harem of girls that he can choose from. It's women that's creating that. Yep, it's a study too. I want to find the video. Yeah, and yeah, I do agree, Animix. I'm gonna find the video, because I see that video about a year or two ago. And I was watching the video, and the feminist chick was so, like, dumbfounded by it. But I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look for the video, and we're gonna watch it together. When I get a chance, when we do another stream or something like that, chill stream, we'll watch it together. But it's nature. Women, and plus, like I said, what enhances this is, you gotta think about what also enhances this. Social media and dating apps. Social media and dating apps made it even worse when it comes to selection for women. Because now, see, what's going on is, a long time ago, when it was our mother and our fathers and our grandparents, you were only stuck with the selection that you had in your community, in your neighborhood. You were only stuck with those men and women there. And remember, when there wasn't the internet, you had to go the fuck outside and talk and meet people. And most of the time, your mother and father or your grandparents met each other through friends. Nowadays, people aren't making friends anymore. Because there was a video of women complaining, were asking their friends, their female friends, hey, do your boyfriend have some friends or whatever like that I can meet and talk to? You gotta understand, back in our parents' day and back in our grandparents' day, they hooked up because of friends. They met through friends, through other friends. That's how you build a healthy community. That's how you build healthy families. Because what happens is, when especially back in the day. And see, this is the thing. This is only in the West. See, in those Asian countries and some of these let me see, Latino countries and even in Africa and stuff like that. Some of these foreign countries still have this type of culture to where people hook up through friends of family and stuff like that. And in the West, that's been destroyed because back in the day, give you a perfect example. Like my parents and stuff like that, they met through friends of family and stuff like that. And back during that time, what happens is, say for instance, your homie has a girlfriend, right? I'm talking about back in the day. Your homie has a girlfriend. So one day, say, hey, we're gonna do a get together. We're gonna go out. We'll probably go out to get something to eat. We'll go take a lounge or something like that, right? Or they'll go to a nightclub, or they'll go to a tavern. They'll do something, right? Or let's go out to the boardwalk or something like that. So what happens is, your homie's girlfriend is going to grab her girlfriends who are single, right? And your homie is going to grab you and the rest of your other homies who's single. So now what happens is y'all all come together. Your homie's girlfriend got her girls and your homies got you and your boys. So y'all all come together. So what happens is when y'all come together, her girlfriends is checking out your homies, you and your homies' boys. So y'all all checking each other out. Now y'all sizing each other up. Say, okay, which one I'm going to talk to? So now what happens is when y'all get together, y'all get to talking to each other. So you can fill out who's more compatible with each other. Now, see, this what also happens is your homie's girlfriend is like, it likes your homie because of his personality and who he is. So what happens is your homie's girlfriends looks at the relationship that she has with your homie, right? And they see that it's a healthy relationship. Now her girlfriends want that same kind of relationship. So she's going to ask, yo, is your boyfriend's homies just like him? I want a boyfriend just like your boyfriend. So that's what ends up happening. This is why it's important to have a community. This is why it's important for things, for everybody to go back outside and formulate connections again with one another. So that's what ends up happening. So her girlfriend said, yeah, like he got some, I'll tell my boyfriend to get his boys. So next thing you know, they all talk to each other and they get to fill each other out and find out, okay, this is the guy I want to be with. And he'd be like, okay, this is the joint I want to be with. This is the chick right here. She's a pretty cool chick. Now, here's the other good part about this. Since everybody hooks up within this circle, right? Now, everybody got their eyes on everybody. So if somebody cheats, somebody's going to find out. That and the thing about it is, if that person cheats, that person gets kicked out of that circle, and it becomes an embarrassment to the boyfriend or to the girlfriend, because like, wait a minute, I hooked you up with my boy, and you cheat, and your girl cheated on my boy, or vice versa. I hooked my girl with your homeboy, but your homeboy cheated on my girlfriend. So then there's a lot of shame. So now people are more likely to stay together because you never want to go to a social gathering and there's awkwardness because you cheated or you did something out of line. Yep. Said Mugen touches on the meta truth here. Sex is a mirror to order. Friends always try to fuck my girlfriend, so I tell her I don't have friends. And those are not your friends, man. I learned this a long time ago. See, the thing is, it's different. It's different if you have, it's different when, like my motto is, I always keep my girlfriend separated from my homies. Unless my girlfriend has girlfriends who don't have any boyfriends. And then we all get together, and so there's a chance that my homies can get at least one of her friends, or whatever like that. But my motto, me and my brothers, we learned that your homies and your girlfriend don't mix. Your homies and your girlfriends don't mix. It don't mix at all. Don't tempt it. Don't try it. Unless we're all doing everything as a group. Unless he already has a girlfriend, or unless, like I said, it's a bunch of different women come. It's all her girlfriends and all the boys are together. That's different. But when I'm just with the homies, I never had my girlfriend around all my sitting underneath me and all my homies. I never played that shit. Never played that shit at all. It's like this. I'll give you a metaphor. Like, of course, your homies may not try you and try to talk to your girlfriend. They may not even do it. But why tempt them? Why try it? Why experiment with that? And I'll give you a metaphor. Say, for instance, you got trustworthy friends, right? And say, for instance, you got $100 bill. You should be able to leave your $100 bill on your table, and no one should not touch it. Should not touch your $100 bill on the table. You leave it. You go in the living room, or you go in the kitchen, or whatever, and you leave your $100 bill on the table, and then you invite your friends over, or you invite people over to your house. Now it's your house. You should better leave your $100 bill in the house on the table. You should better leave it, and no one should be able to touch it. And you have trustworthy friends, and you already have in your head that my friends would never steal from me. But if you leave that $100 on that table long enough, one of your trustworthy friends may decide and may be tempted to take that $100 off the table. So why put yourself and why put your homie through that situation? Why? And that's how I see it when it comes to my woman. Why would I put my woman out on a stake like that in front of all my niggas? Why would I put it out there like put her out there like that to even tempt a situation like that? Why? It's because you show you're above the rest of the pack. It's playing in social proofing. Try it doesn't end well. Yeah. So trustworthy homies, those exist. Yeah. So that's why I never play those games. My woman never. And I do the same thing. Because sometimes I remember back in the day when it came to my baby mom, she would have her girlfriends over, and she want me to sit down and chat it up with her girlfriends. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to sit underneath your girlfriends? Why would I want to sit underneath all your girlfriends? Because somewhere there's a girlfriend in your group who don't like you or jealous of you and want to ruin what you have. And want to try you. Why set that situation up? Why set it up that way? So anytime, like when I used to come to the house, if her girlfriends are there, I will go right up. I will say hi, go upstairs, turn on my game console, play my games, or do whatever. I don't sit around underneath that. That's her company. Now it's different if y'all have mutual friends. That's different. Y'all have mutual friends or whatever like that. They all come from the same branch and shit like that. So that's different. But if I don't know these girls and these are your girls before I met you or you recently met them, why the fuck would I sit underneath your girlfriends? Why even put that situation out there? Yeah. So when my homies used to come over, my girlfriend, whatever she was doing, she would come downstairs, she would say hi to everybody, and then she would go about her business. She would go like if she would either go out with her friends or she would go back to her room or whatever. But no, I don't have my girlfriend sitting underneath all my niggas. I don't play that shit. She do not sit around all my niggas. You're not sitting around you ain't sitting around a bunch of these dudes. And another thing too is like I'm gonna look at my homie sideways if he's trying so hard to be friends with my girl. Like nigga, you don't need to be friends with her. You my friend. You not her friend. We you trying to be friends with her and trying to get to know her and asking for her number. What the fuck? It's okay. You social management, but fuck that. Yeah. So I don't play that. And also too, when it comes to my homies, when you first meet my girlfriend or my woman, I only allow you to give one compliment to her. Like when they first meet her, and they tell me, and they say, yo man, she's nice, man, or like, yo man, you didn't do too bad for yourself, or man, she looks really good, man, like this, that, and the third. I'll allow you get one of those because you just met her, and I want to know how my boys think, what they think, what's their opinion, when they see her and stuff like that. But if you constantly come to me and say, yo, you're doing fine, or this, that, and the other, you constantly keep going complimenting my girl, talking about how fine she is, I'm looking at you sideways. But you're allowed to get one compliment when you first meet her. You're allowed to. You should have your girlfriend around you, and this is alright. Oh yeah, now with women, no, see, this is the thing. Women love No, women love to show her man off to other women. Because women love to show other women what they can't have. Women love that shit. And that's true. I would say that. That's true. Yeah, so you said it's cool moving. I drop her off tonight. You go on ahead and rest up, homie. I got you. Yeah, so Night Raven stupid. But yeah, that's very true. Women love to troll other women. Women love to show off to other women what they have that they can't have. So yes, women will go out and show. That's why it's a dangerous game. That's why I noticed that when my girlfriends used to do that, want me to hang around her girlfriends. That's more so my girlfriend trying to show off, to show her girlfriends off. Look what I got and look what you don't have. See, women don't admit it. Women compete differently than men. See, when men compete, we compete out in the open. You know what we're doing is complete competition amongst each other as men. You can see it for what it is. Women is more subversive how women compete. And women love that shit. Women love when she has a man that other women wish that they have. Women like to flaunt her man around other women and say, look, bitch, look what I got and look what you don't got. And I noticed that there's a lot of women that I've been with would do that, would want to bring me around her girlfriends because she wants to show her girlfriends, look, bitch, I got him and you don't. Look what I got and look what you don't have. Especially if they're single and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a little meta. There's a meta going on between women. Women compete totally different, and women are very territorial and competitive, very differently than men. Real G still friends today. I would never screw my friend's girlfriend. That's screw up. It's more the validation it gives them when they see you get girl attention. Oh yeah, that's different. But yeah, lads, true women compete. Women always So that's the thing. Women love validation. They truly do. And I noticed that, you know, dating a lot of women, that's what they do. Women are very competitive, and their competitive is so petty. And it can get, and women call us toxic when it comes to being competitive and stuff. But women's I think is much more toxic because it's how it's done. Because women aren't physical. Women does most of how women compete is, like I said, it's subversive, and most of it is emotional and mental. It's very different than men. They do it very different. Most of their competition is very socialized. That's how they compete with one another. And when I can say women get vicious, especially when it comes to relationships and when it comes to when women trying to dominate other women, it's very vicious. Very vicious. There's men now trying to do that, showing off. Maybe, bros, we going to. Yeah, man. I think it's like, as a man, I do feel proud when I am out. Like when I go out on a date with a woman, especially when she's dressed up really nice and stuff like that, and I'm out, and cars would stop, and because they gotta look like, yo, look at this dude, like this dude got a bad chick. If I'm taking out to a restaurant or we going to the mall or something like that, dudes just stop, like, yo, look, like, damn, like this nigga is lucky as shit, like, and that does feel good, knowing that you got nice arm candy by your side and stuff like that. And as a man, it does feel good. And the thing is, the best thing about it is, especially when you have a woman that no other man ever had, or she has a low body count, so no man can say that, yo, I like he got nothing special, I hit that too. You know what I'm saying? So everything's a mystery. Like, damn, like, yo, who is this chick? Like, this dude is lucky as hell. Now you gotta understand, I'm a short dude. I'm like 5'5". So I love my women in heels and stuff like that. So when my women wear heels, my women are like Amazons. My baby mom is like an Amazon. My woman is like always was taller than me anyway. So a lot of dudes like, yo, who is this? Like, this dude got a goddess on his arms. Like, this dude, he got an Amazon on his arms. Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, there's men trying to show off. Shit crack, man. We're out helping each other. Women just complain about each other. What do you do? Man, it annoys me. She looks, it's like that's a lack of respect in my opinion as a human, not an item. So, what's up, Funky? But yeah, man, it's just like it's a whole lot to this stuff, man. A whole lot to this stuff. But yeah, man. I do have some plans. To do another stream soon, so I'll definitely let you know in the community tab and stuff. I can't wait, man. I'll be working once the comic book is done. I'll be working on the teaser trailer for the Kickstarter for the campaign. So there will be a teaser trailer that I'll provide, sometime during the summer, and it would lead you to the Kickstarter so you can hit the notification to be notified of when the pre-order campaign will begin in the fall. So definitely stay tuned for that. Like, you don't understand how excited I am. I can't wait to be able to talk and share about my comic book universe, its characters. I've been spending the past couple of days working on the lore Bible even more to expand the lore of the universe and how it works, how it functions, and how these different comic book series is going to really expand upon it. And what I like about this too is every comic book series is going to share the same universe. All the characters are going to share the same space, the same area. You get what I'm saying? Or whatever. But even though they're standalone stories or whatever, while you read each of these books, you'll be able to tell, especially if you got your eyes open and you get into details, because there's going to be a lot of world building in my books. Just by some of the details, while you're reading these different series, you'll be able to tell where each of these books fit, or what timeline, or what period of what certain events in other books is happening in. So, okay, so this is happening while this is happening over here in this book. So you'll never have to feel the need that you need to buy another book, because they still have their own self-contained stories or whatever like that you'll be able to enjoy. But while reading it, you'll be able to know, like, okay, this is happening while this is happening and stuff like that. And then each book will give you also tidbits of the overall world building to give you the grand scope of the universe itself. So even when you buy different series and stuff like that, say, okay, I'm understanding this concept. So when I read this book, okay, like this is some new this is another added concept, and you start to see the bigger picture to a lot of other things. Oh, what's up, man? He said, what up, Mugen? Your videos are good format and topics. Don't let YouTube fool you. Oh, thanks, Rod. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's what you'll see. You'll see how everything comes together, man. And like I said, my goal is for this to be successful enough to where my next step is a indie game studio where I'll start developing games. I'll have an actual indie game company, and then you start to see a lot of my stuff become games and stuff. I already have like 5 games in mind. And my goal is, when it comes to games, each game is going to represent a different genre. So I'm going to have a third-person shooter game. I'm going to have an action-adventure game, a game that's going to cover that genre. Then, of course, I'm going to have my RPG genre. Then I'm going to have my fighting game genre. And then, of course, I'm going to have my racing game genre as well. No, in fact, the 6th one is puzzle game. So I'm going to cover all genres as well. So that's gonna be another thing. I think that's really the big goal. I'm taking steps to get to the game studio part. So hopefully you guys stick with me with this, and I think it's going to be this is going to be one hell of a ride. I can't wait to do this, man. And once I put that teaser trailer out, and then once the campaign start and everything, then I can actually really go ham, and actually I can talk more about it now. Like because right now I can't talk about it because I can't give away spoilers or anything of a sort. But once the campaign is officially launched, then I'm able to actually talk to you about it. Yeah, unrealistic video racing games. He said we need to go back to that. Oh man, I appreciate it. I hope you make millions. Thanks, Poppy, man. I appreciate that, man. Hey, man, when you do pre-orders, go live with your comic. Dope Mojo, that's the plan. The day I go live, and the campaign is going to run for 3 months. I'm letting you guys know. The campaign is going to run for 3 months. So I'm thinking around September or October it will be the launch. I'm not sure yet because this campaign is costing me some money. It's more so the presentation. The presentation is going to cost me some money. I have the money, but the things that I want to do is going to take some time. So the book is actually going to be done this month or whatever. But the presentation itself, I'm going to be working over the summer, so it's going to be ready by September or October. So whenever it launches, I'm launching a website, I'm launching a YouTube channel, and I'm also launching the Patreon for those who want to just give extra support. And the Patreon, all you got to do is give $1. That's the plan. It's just $1 Patreon. And you'll also get like little sneak peeks and tidbits of what Venus Orion Comics will be doing. So you don't have to spend a lot of money, put a lot of money down to support on the Patreon. Or like the highest will probably be is $5, and sometimes I will do exclusive comic book cover, like a Patreon version of the comic. You'll get like a Patreon cover because I'll be doing different cover variants as well. So sometime down the line, that'll probably happen. I won't be doing digital until the first 10 chapters of the first series is done. Then I'll start promoting digital versions as well because I can't do visuals right. The reason why I won't do digital right now because the whole piracy thing. I mean, you should have some people out there that will buy the digital and then go up there and then put it out online. Just put it out online and whatever like that. Then you don't have no need to support me if you want to just sit there. Because look, people are pro pirates. Let's be admitted. Let's just be real here. There's a lot of people who are pro pirate. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to support me and you really like my content and you really support me, really like me as a content creator and you like the things that I do, support me, support my physical content as much as you can or whatever like that. Once I get the first 10 chapters and we get volume 1 done, because as I get the 10 individual chapters, then I will release volume 1 that will have all 10 chapters in one volume, and then I will do a digital version for those who want to just do digital. But if out the door, since I'm just starting out, I don't want to do digital right away. And I've seen some indie comic people who had a nightmare because you had some of these people had haters, and since those haters didn't want them to succeed, then what they did was they put their they got their digital version, and then they went in and started just sharing it on the internet and stuff, and then people had no reason to go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Because people people are like that. Right, cool. And now that means supporting you on the way to top. Are you selling it pre-slab? Oh yeah, you'll see. I don't want to go too much into the details of how that's going to be. You'll definitely see. I'm going to explain all that to you, Mojo. I'm going to explain on when I do the launch video. There's going to be like 2 videos. There's going to be a video about the comic that I'm releasing first, and then there's going to be a video that same day about the universe itself. So you'll get all the details about the comic. About the physical, and it's going to be merchandise. It's going to be all kinds of stuff that's going to come with it that you'll be able to bundles and all kinds of stuff that you can get included with your pre-order as well. So I'm going to have all that and everything. What's up, Aegis? Yeah, so I'll have all that, and I'll be sharing the video on my. And thing is, I'm going to have the teaser first. The teaser is going to link you to the Kickstarter so you can get for the notification to be notified of when the actual presentation and launch is going to begin, either September or October. So everybody should hit that notification when I do the teaser and put that link there or whatever like that. Everybody should just hit that notification. And also, I plan on going to different podcasts to promote as well. By the time the campaign launch, like if you guys don't know, my brothers have a t-shirt company. And we've been going to a lot of anime conventions. So when it launches, the good thing about it is I'll have my own booth where I'm able to actually share the information about Venus Orion Comics. I'll have my own booth. I will have merchandise, and I will be able to get people to actually put down a pre-order when I go to these conventions and everything. So that's going to be another fun part about this whole entire venture. And then next year, I'll be hitting the road a whole lot, going to different conventions and having booths to promote my Venus and Ryan comics as well. This is my life dream or whatever. So I will be definitely doubling down on Venus and Ryan comics after this. When this thing launched, you'll be seeing a lot of Venus and Ryan from me and the Venus and Ryan channel and everything. So yeah, when it does launch, there will be a stream that night as well. So a lot of you guys can come to the stream. We'll talk about Venus and Ryan comics. I will link you to the pre-order campaign and everything like that to get you guys all started and stuff. But I really have high hopes for this. I believe in this. I wouldn't say that I never believed in myself or anything, but for some strange reason when it comes to thanks Mojo for the $2 donation. Really appreciate it. I just want to say is that when it comes to Venus and Ryan comics, I never had this amount of faith. I have so much super faith in this. I never felt this amount of faith ever in my life. And the fact is that even my father has so much faith in me. And that's what gives me a lot more energy, man. Because my dad fucking believes in me when it comes to this too as well. And like, I have to do this. You know what I'm saying? I want to put my money where my mouth is and actually try something. Like, this will be my first published work. You don't understand this. My first published work. I had I got my government certificates for copyright. My shit is copywritten and everything. So now I can sue niggas if I want to. If niggas try to steal my shit, I can sue them. I can send cease and desist now and shit like that if I want to. So yeah, man. I've been at this for 3 years. I put a lot of my money into this. I'm almost at $30,000 of my own money. And this is something I want to do. So why not take a chance on myself? Like this is what I want to do. I don't know. I don't want to work for anybody. I want to be my own boss. I want to work for myself. And because of you guys and y'all support, especially with my 3D hentai stuff, my YouTube stuff, and other business ventures that I'm on, I'm able to support myself and support my daughter and everything like that. And I really appreciate that. Able to be my own boss. I never want to work for anybody ever again. Because the thing is, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yeah, I'm going all in, bro. If it's something that I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I hate authority. I can't stand authority. I hate being told what to do, especially when it's coming from incompetent people. Now the thing is, people see me as a leader. But also, I make a good follower when there is a good leader. I don't like taking the spotlight. If there's somebody who can lead better than me, I'll allow that person to lead me. If they're a good leader, I'll follow them. I am a good follower. As long as there's a good leader, I will follow the fuck out of you. I'm like your homeboy. Like I will be your shield. I will be your right hand man if you're a good follower. I'm a loyal person like that. But my whole life, I've been around so many incompetent people, and I've been around a lot of idiots who try to lead, and I don't want to get caught in the fire. I don't want to be led off a cliff. So I go against the authority, and I shape my own path and go my own route, and I will take leadership if I feel as though that this leadership is ass and they're gonna send us off a cliff. I will overthrow it, because I'm trying to protect me and those who are smart enough. Come with me if you're smart. If not, then see you. So I've grown up my whole life. I hate authority. I can't stand it. I've been working a lot of 9-to-5s growing up, getting work experience, and a lot of my employers that I work for, you gotta you understand, working like retail, working in fast food, and working in these different places where your boss or your manager or your supervisor is just fucking idiots. They're incompetent. They love the title of being a boss, but they don't want none of the responsibilities. Or they so quick to throw you under the bus in order to protect their own job. You know what I'm saying? Or they will tell you, they will give you a command to do something, right? Then it will backfire, because it was, especially when you tell them that, yo, I don't think this is a good idea, or this is a bad idea, or whatever like that. They tell you to do it anyway because they're the boss. You do it anyway, and then it ends up backfiring like you said it would backfire, and then they blame it on. Then they would throw you under the bus for it when it was their fucking idea to begin with, because they were a fucking idiot. So I was never a person. I hate authority. I fucking hate authority. So I guess that's why I resonate with a lot of people with my culture world content or my YouTube content. I have like I guess you would say I have like a rebel spirit. Like I'm a rebel. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't give a fuck. I would speak my mind. I would say what I have to say, even when I know that it could get me in trouble. That's just the type of person that I am, because I hate authority, especially when the authority, the person that has the power doesn't deserve that power because of their incompetency. So you say, yo, I feel exactly the same about. I hate incompetent leaders. I can't stand it. It's painful, especially when they're leaders. Yup. Well, it sounds that like qualities you got. Yeah. So that's why I have a hard time, man. I have a hard time taking orders. I really do. That's why I can't work for anybody. I have to be my own boss. And thanks to a lot of the support that you guys gave me and the things that I'm doing outside of YouTube and other things, I'm able to support myself and be my own boss. And it's the best feeling to have, where you're your own boss and you can shape your own destiny, and your fate is not dependent upon some idiotic, incompetent leader and some moron and shit like that. You know, incompetent clowns. Yup. Yeah. So that's just how I am. You know, and I like to do that. So that's why with this whole comic book thing too, man. Like I'm gonna take a chance with myself. Like fuck it, man. Like this is my first published work. And I'm anxious and I'm kind of scared at the same time, because this is why some people don't make the moves, because they're afraid. They're afraid because they don't know. It's like Final Fantasy 7. It's like Final Fantasy 7 remake. When Cloud and them defeated Destiny, or whatever, or Fate, because they defeated Fate, they no longer, their path of what's ahead is unknown. So the path that they're walking, that they're going, is unknown. They don't know where they're afraid of what's ahead. They don't know what lies ahead. And that's how I feel with this Venus Orion Comics thing. And I don't know what's lies ahead, but I won't never know unless I go out there and give it a try. And this is why some people end up throwing away their dreams, because they're so scared of not knowing what's out there, or not knowing what's waiting for them, because they're afraid of failure, or they don't know what's lies ahead. So instead of taking that leap of faith and taking that chance, they just throw it away, you know? And don't do that. You'll never know. I've learned that people stress out over things that they don't know about, or that's not in their control. And when I learned this through life, don't stress out over things that's way ahead, because you don't know what's going to happen. And when I learned that, and what made me learn that is when something happens and you always think about the worst outcome or the worst thing possible, right? How do you know that the worst thing could happen? You don't know. You're not in that moment. So what happens is, I learned that once you finally cross that bridge, when you get there, you find out that everything that you had in your head, it didn't end up turning that way. And in fact, once you did get in that situation, you know how to handle it because you're in the situation now. You know all the elements that stands before you. So now that the elements that's before you, now you know how to maneuver around it or make plans on how to get by these obstacles, because now you're in the situation. And a lot of people tend to stress out, and I see this a lot in women too, especially women, where they concoct, they create this reality in their head, and they think about the worst case scenario of what could possibly happen. And now they behave and they move based on something that never happened, or something that they think is going to happen won't happen. So they make all these moves and decisions based on something that never happened or will possibly never happen. You know, if you get what I'm saying? And us as humans, we tend to do that as well. And you have to discipline yourself to not do that. Why stress over something that you're not there yet? You haven't crossed that bridge. It's way down the line. Why are you stressing about it? You don't know that yet. You don't know what it's going to be like until you actually get there. And once you get there, you may know how to handle it much better, because now you have everything in front of you. Now, deep in faith, screw it across. I'm all for it being a realist, but being too negative is a huge problem. Yes, ultimate chain. Yes, like, you don't like being a pessimist. You don't want to be a pessimist. Pessimists are dream killers. You gotta get away from dream killers. Pessimists are the worst people to be around. All they do is kill dreams because of bad things that happen in their life, or they always think the worst thing could possibly happen. And you want to get away from that type of energy. You don't want that in your life. If you have people like that in your life, get away from them. You don't need that shit. Because all it does, that spirit leaks down, that energy and that vibration goes to you. You don't want that in your life. Get away from that. And like I said before, always think positive. Like God said himself, the power, is the power of your tongue. It's the power of your tongue that can bring damnation to you. And what I mean by that is that us as human beings, we always speak bad shit into existence. We always talk about the worst case scenario. Reverse that. If you can say bad shit and speak about bad things and say the worst things possible, why can't you talk positive things into existence? Why can't you do that? Do the opposite. Start doing the opposite. And while you're speaking, this is the thing. You have to understand. Things don't magically happen because you say it. What I mean that you speak positive things into existence, you speak it into existence and you work on it. You work on it. See, God said in the Bible, faith without works is dead. God said you can have all the faith in him as all you want. But if you don't work towards the things that you have faith in, then it's not going to work. It's not going to go your way because you're not working. You're not working towards anything. You can't have the faith without works is dead. You have to put work into whatever you have faith in. If you dream of being a big YouTuber and you have faith in it, you got to work towards it. You can't just believe in it. You got to work towards being a good YouTuber. If you want to be the best artist, you can't just believe and have faith that you're going to be the best artist. You have to still work and be the best artist. You still got to work towards it. That's what God means by that. God means that you have to put work into whatever you have faith in. He didn't even say have faith in him. He just said have faith. He didn't say have faith in him. He just said have faith in general. That's all he said. That's what he's saying to us. You just have to have faith, but you have to work towards it too. So my dream is always to have have this game studio, you know. But I can't have this game studio just by saying I want a game studio and I believe it can happen. No, I have to work towards it. And guess how I did the work towards what I'm trying to do? Started a game company. Not a game company, I mean a comic book company. Started a comic book company. About to launch my first comic and everything. I did the first step. And I have to continue to keep going. And you have to do the same thing in your own life. You can't just say this shit. You actually have to do this shit. Now, it's this Korean woman that I was talking to. South Korean woman. And she was very, very successful woman. She's an investor and stuff like that. And she said something that really hit me hard. It hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. And I want to share it with you guys. She was talking to me and I was talking about my comic. And she had faith. And she has faith that my comic would do well because she hears the work that I put in. She sees that I have a YouTube channel, and she sees that I'm able to make money off of my hobbies and stuff. And that's a hard thing to do, to make money off of something that you enjoy doing. So that's why she believes that what I'm doing will work, because she sees the work that I put in. And I was saying to her, I was like, yo, it just doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day to do everything. That's how I feel. A person that does everything, it just seems like it's not enough time. But this is what she said to me, and I wanted to share this with you guys. That really had me thinking this stuff. And she said, it's all about time. It's all about free time. Said those who are successful are the ones who were able to manage their free time as best as possible. They were able to utilize it in a sense to get them where they need to be. See, it's not about the things that you do at work, the things that you're supposed to do. Go out to work and this, that, and the other. What matters, what decides everything of how successful you want to be, is about how you manage your free time. What are you doing on your free time? Are you sitting down all day just binge watching anime? Or are you sitting down all day just playing video games? What are you doing with your free time? If you want to be successful and make moves in your life, you want to take your free time and use it and maximize it to the best of your ability. You want to use that free time to get yourself ahead. It's what you do with your free time is where it counts. Or are you spending your free time just sleeping all day and just being lazy and just not doing anything? So that's what always had me thinking. I'm always working, but I'm saying to myself, like, damn, she has a point. I need to maximize my free time even more to get to where I need to be. And then another thing, that she hit me with that really had me really thinking. She said, poor people save money. Successful people invest money. And I thought about it. Think about this. And she explained it to me. She said, think about it. If you're constantly saving money and you put money in the bank, that money is just sitting there. The money don't exist. It's dead. It's not working. The money's not working for you. That money's not bringing money back. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. But if you take that money and invest it in something, your goal is to take that money, invest it, so that money that you invested double the money that you put out. So that money's supposed to be working for you. That money's supposed to be generating more money for you. That's why I stopped worrying about money that I spend, because I'm not spending it foolishly. Every move that I make with my money is an investment. That's what I do when I spend money. When I spend money, it's for an investment. When I spend money, that money is that whatever I spend money on, that money, that whatever that item is, that item is going to bring money back to me. So when I first started the 3D hentai venture, after I got out of college, and I explained it before, I couldn't get no job. I was unemployed, and then I had to downgrade and work at these like a convenience store and all this other type of stuff. But they wouldn't hire me because I was overemployed. Like, you get what I'm saying? So all I had was $250 in my bank account, and this is back in 2014, right after college and stuff. And all I had was $250 in my bank account. That's all I had left. And I wanted to upgrade my computer so I can upgrade the visuals and everything to my 3D hentai and stuff. So I was holding on to that $250 because I need this money in order to try to get by. But then I thought about it. I took a risk. I was like, yo, I need to get this graphics card. And the graphics card was $215 or $230. It was right around that time. And that means it was going to take all my money. But I took that chance. I bought that. I had faith. I said, I'm going to spend this. I'm going to get this graphics card. And I'm going to work the hell out of this 3D animation for this hentai. And I'm going to see what I'm going to do. Before you know it, released my first hentai on the market. Because first I was doing hentai for free. Or whatever like that. To get my name out there. Or to get people to see my work. Once I got the audience. Once I upgraded the visuals. Now, like, if you like my work that much, you'll be more. I proved something. If you love my work that much, you're going to be willing to pay for it. Because now I upgraded the visuals, upgraded the technology and everything. It no longer looks like subpar or low end. Now, if you want to get a hold or get a taste of this high end of my 3D hentai, you want to pay for it or whatever like that. And people loved my work that much. People were willing to pay for it to get their hands on my content. So I remember I uploaded my first video onto a clip store, and when that happened, the next day when I looked at it, I made $700 overnight. And before you know it, the next movie I put out, $1,200. I'm like, what the fuck? And then just kept going. But I took a chance, and I made that money. I invested that money in that graphics card, and that graphics card paid me back tenfold. So, it made sense when she said that. Poor people save money. Successful people invest money. You need to invest your money into something that's going to bring you back money. And that's what I've done. Yeah, I heard about that. I'll cover that. Oh, what's up, Vernon? What's up, Evil Air? Eliza P. Shift Up or Blue Archon. It says successful investor in South Korea. Must have put into Eliza P. Shift Up Blue Archon. Yeah. Hitting us with those nuggets. Yeah. I need to invest in some flash drives. Yes. See, everything that you do and that you spend money on, make sure it's an investment towards something that's going to bring you back money. There's nothing wrong to treat yourself out to something like a video game or whatever, because you still need that to wind down. But if you want to get ahead in life, man, if you have some goals, you have some plans, then you need to take that money and put it into something and spend it on something that's going to get you money back. Same thing with YouTube. You see this microphone? This is an investment. This microphone is for me to be able to talk to you guys on YouTube, to make these YouTube videos. And even though I'm not a big YouTuber, my check is I'm starting to get a monthly check now. I'm starting to get a monthly check. It's not a big check, but I shared what I made to somebody on my Discord of like that, and they was like, damn, no, that's actually pretty good, compared to, the things I'm going through in my life and stuff or whatever. And that money I get from YouTube, I just save it. I just save it. I don't spend it. It's just save it. But this microphone helped me. This webcam, this 4K webcam, this is an investment. This allowed me to see you guys and talk with you guys to make YouTube videos. That's an investment. My computer is an investment. Everything that I have in front of me, my laptop, everything is an investment. This stuff brings money back to me. So that's why I spend the money. I spend the money because I already have in my head that I'm going to make this money back, or I'm going to double this money. That's why I'm spending this money. I never just spend it frivolously on anything. No, I spend this money because I wanted to bring it back to me and more. Yep, Mike Dot said it perfectly. You gotta spend money to make money. And yeah, Rolling Dots, I heard about the Sweet Baby Inc. Discord. I hear that Sweet Baby Inc. Discord was hacked. Yeah, I heard about it. I'm gonna cover that sometime this week. So, before I end this stream, because I was supposed to do 2 hours, end up doing 3 hours, so you guys got an extra hour out of me. I hope this was good knowledge for you guys. Because I want to see all you guys succeed. You guys are family. I love all you guys. Men, women, whoever, it doesn't matter. I love you guys. You guys are like family. This is like a community that we have here. And I always want to see everybody at their fullest potential. That's just how I am as an individual. And I get frustrated. And sometimes that's why I learned sometimes to not get so invested in people too much. Because I think the reason why I'm able to navigate through life, because I had a hard time separating myself from people. Because I used to encounter and bring a lot of people into my life who had problems and struggle, and I always get attached to their struggle because I want to see that person do well, and then I end up taking their problems and bringing it into my life, and it ended up making me an unhappy person. So I'm starting to learn how to just separate that. But I want to see people. I want to see people do good. I want to see people at their best. I want to see them at their fullest potential, and that's all you will ever find. Oh, thanks, Vernon, for the $5 donation. I really want to see people at their best. I think when everybody's at their best is better for mankind. It's better for society. It's just better for the world in general when everybody's performing at their best and getting something out of life that they want and achieving their goals and stuff. It's nothing like seeing successful people and people getting what they want. If there's a kind of woman that you want, bring it to God. Talk about it. Tell them it may sound silly. It may sound silly, but I know there's a lot of guys who want a girlfriend or want a wife or whatever like that. If there's a wife that you want or there's a girlfriend you want, stand before God and talk to him. Describe the woman that you want. You know what I'm saying? Describe the kind of woman that you want. What you want her to be like. How you want her to look and stuff. And then you work towards it. When I mean by work towards it, it also means you have to build yourself. You have to even build your image. Image is important, guys. You have to build your image. What I mean by image is you have to fix your whole look. See, the problem is with people, especially guys, you have to ask yourself, what do you look like at when your image is at its max? When you maximize your image, when you got yourself at your peak image, as far as your appearance, as far as how well you groom yourself, as far as your looks, as far as your health. Have you ever seen yourself at your max before? So how can you give up on on wanting to find a relationship or get into a relationship with a female of interest if you haven't even maximized yourself and your image? The world perceives you and treats people differently based on their image and how they perceive themselves. And that's the problem what's going on with today's red pill community. Where, like I said, I never associate myself with a lot of groups today, especially today, is because these groups get so radicalized because we start to get more and more people in these groups as they get popular. And before I leave with this message, I wanted to talk about this. Is for the fact is that I'm starting to see a lot of people within the red pill community They're actually starting to be like incels. We actually starting to get legitimate incels that's in this group, and that I'm noticing where it's getting so radical that these type of guys, because first this movement was it's just like feminism. Feminism at one point had its mission, you know what I'm saying, and then it flipped itself on its head, and now I'm starting to see this movement, and I'm starting to see the nasty parts of this movement where you're actually getting actual legitimate incels or whatever like that in these movements and stuff, and it's not good. And I noticed that a lot of these guys who get frustrated with women, and then you look at these guys, you ask them, how have you ever maximized your image? Because a lot of these guys gave up on themselves before they even try. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will never get the woman that you want, or the kind of woman or relationship that you want, if you haven't even bothered to work on yourself. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. No woman's ever going to approach you or whatever like that if you don't even have any confidence in yourself, or you're not doing anything to maximize your own image. You know what I'm saying? And I know I've been seeing a lot of these guys in this group who, when you look at these guys, they're fat as fuck, got acne all over the place. You can look at it, you can tell that their fucking hygiene is just disgusting. How the fuck do you expect to get a girlfriend when you're not even trying to do anything to better your self-image, and even better, or even trying to lose fucking weight or any of that stuff? How can you complain about women? You haven't even tried. You haven't tried anything. You haven't even tried to work on yourself. How you want to bitch about women and complain about women and everything, and you haven't even did anything for yourself? How? If I was a woman, I wouldn't even want to fucking talk to you. You look disgusting, or whatever like that. You don't even try to clean yourself up. You don't try to. You're lazy. You have no motivation. You have nothing. You're not even trying. Yeah. Someone needs to study the modest radicalization pipeline. Happens everywhere. Yeah. So like, you fat as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You got acne all over the place. You socially awkward. You're not trying to take the initiative to learn how to not be socially awkward. See, I understand that socially awkwardness is something that some people have, but you also have to work on that. You have to put yourself out there to try not to be socially awkward, or to fix that weakness. The thing is, you have to first acknowledge that you have a weakness. You have to acknowledge your flaws. There's a lot of these motherfuckers in this red pill community who won't even acknowledge their flaws. You want, just like how delusional these women are, how they want a high value man, or they want a Chad, they want a Brad Pitt, but you look at her, she's fucking mid as fuck, or she's fat as shit, or she's unattractive as fuck. She does nothing to fix her self image or fix herself as a person, but she demand a high value man, or she demand that a man have a high salary and all these things. She's delusional as fuck. Dudes can be delusional too. You want a baddie. You want the top bad cream of the crop female, but you look at yourself, you fat as fuck. You smell like Cheetos and shit like that. You socially awkward as fuck. That to the point where you creep out a woman when you get next to her, or when you get next to a female, you get so fucking thirsty, your hormones go all crazy. You don't know how to control yourself. So I see why a female don't want to be near you. Sometimes it's not women. Sometimes it's just you. You just fucking awkward as fuck to be around. But you don't want to acknowledge that. So instead, you just said, "Fuck all women. Women are the worst. Women are danger. Female danger is a danger to society and all this other nonsense and shit like that." No, motherfucker, work on yourself. But so instead, they use that as an excuse so they won't work on themselves. Yeah, you should only listen to older people who have been through it. Yeah, along with not just getting the first girlfriend that gives you attention. Yeah, and also too, and that's another problem too. And don't just jump into a relationship because the first girl gave you that attention that you was craving for. Because that's how you fall into a trap, and that's how you become victim to a woman, to Jezebel. I call her Jezebel, or a succubus. That's how you end up getting caught by a Jezebel or a succubus, is when you're so lonely and you never got an attention from a woman before, to the point to where you jump at the first woman that gives you a sign or gives you some type of validation. that she gives you some type of attention, and now all of a sudden you just jump right into her arms. You start sipping, you start claiming that you start falling in love with her, you don't even know her, and stuff like that. And when women see that, it's either going to turn them off, or they're going to see you and say, yup, I got a mark, I got an idiot, I'm going to use this motherfucker, because she realized that you value her more than you value yourself. So she'll actually date you, not because of you, but she realized that she can take advantage of you. So now she takes all your resources. She talks to you any kind of way. She wears the pants in the relationship because she knows that you're so desperate that you allow her to say and do whatever she wants, because she knows that you're afraid that if you put your foot down or have some type of boundaries, that you're afraid that she's going to leave, that she's going to pack her bags and leave the relationship, and then you don't want to be alone. So what happens is you let her do whatever the fuck she wants, and before you know it, you're one of those guys to where you allow your woman to sleep with other dudes, or you're that husband where you allow your wife to have a boyfriend and shit like that. Now you being cucked. Now you being cucked because you don't have no self-esteem, you have no self-worth, you have no confidence, and you desperate as fuck, and you think you can't do any better, so you allow your woman to walk all over you and take advantage of you. Women respect niggas with boundaries. Women claim that they don't like men, dominant men, but women love dominant men. Women love men that respect themselves and have boundaries. And when you meet a woman, set fucking boundaries. Because guess what? She has boundaries, and she's going to let you know she has boundaries. And don't let a woman gaslight you the moment you set your boundaries and say, hey, I don't like this. I'm not cool with this. I don't want you doing this. Because she's going to gaslight you. She's going to call you insecure. She's going to call you jealous. She's going to call you controlling. She's going to call you all kinds of things so you can loosen up, so she can run all over you and shit all over you. That's their thing. It's a shit test. They're going to do those things. And as long as you don't double down, a confident man and a secure man is a man who's not afraid to losing his woman. He's not afraid of standing on his morals. He's not afraid of laying ground rules and boundaries. And that's the type of man I am. I lay my boundaries. And I'm not afraid. If you don't like it, I'm not afraid. Okay, see you. And that's what will end up. And the first thing they say, oh, wow. And that's the first thing they get surprised. Because she's not used to that. She's used to the guy caving into her. And then he gives her what she wants. And then she turns around and ends up cheating on him anyway. Or walking all over him. Or she gets bored of him. Because he's not showing no sign of a backbone or resistance towards whatever she wants. So when a woman does it, the man says, no, I'm not going for that. Or no, I'm not doing that. I don't want you doing that. Or whatever like that. And she'll double down. She'll get upset and she'll try to gaslight and say, no, I'm not for that. And if you don't like it, you can just up and leave. I'm cool. And she does the face like, and then she like, wow. She'll say, I love when they say that, wow. Because when they say wow, is because they like, man, this nigga is he's really doubling down. He's really firm and he really means what he say. So what they either going to do is they're either going to submit, or they're going to say, all right, well, he's not an easy mark. I'm going to go to somebody who's going to give me what I want. So the thing is, don't be afraid of that. And if she leave, guess what? You already got your answer what type of woman she is. Stand your ground. Have some respect for yourself and stuff like that. One of the best Marine Corps. Know yourself and seek for self-improvement. Yep. So yeah, man. So that's the advice I'm going to leave with you guys for the night. And I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation, because I did. I don't know when I'm going to stream the next time. We'll see. But I will leave a notification. I will leave sometime this week. Look on the community tab on my YouTube channel. Look on the community tab on my YouTube channel this week. And I'll have what day I will be doing a live stream. But yes, Monday we'll be talking about Microsoft and Sarah Bond and the studio, Tingle Studios and stuff. Wednesday is we'll be talking about Helldivers 2 and the PlayStation Network and everything and Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that for Wednesday. And Friday is a wild card. Friday may be a game that I want to cover, or it may be an indie game that I may want to cover. So Friday's a wild card. So I haven't recorded anything for Friday yet. Monday I will be recording Friday's video. Cause normally on Mondays I record for Friday and the next week's Monday and Wednesday video. That's how I do my pre-recording schedule. So Monday I'll be recording for Friday, and everything. So Friday may be just a game that's coming out that I have interest in and I might want to cover, or it may be an indie game. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, man. He said the stream, glad I dropped by. Yeah. The archive for the stream will be up too. So if you missed the stream, just go to my live tab on the channel so you'll be able to see the archive. So you can be able to watch it whenever you want to watch it and stuff. X-Men 97. I definitely want to talk about that. I haven't watched it yet. Once I watch it, I'll definitely talk about it. What's up? Oh, thanks for the super chat of $5. It didn't pop up on my screen yet, but I see it in the chat. Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys, some of you guys wanted to know about my what the link to my 3D hentai content. So 1 second, I'll go in the chat and post that or whatever. So hold up. One second. I'm gonna get that for you guys. Hold up. One second. Okay, let me go to my okay, let me copy. Alright, this is for I got multiple links, so here's my website. And then I get my and then here's my other one. Go to my chat. So you guys have this. Clicks for sale. And then my Patreon. And then my loyal fans. Alright, cool. That's the links for you better catch my 3D hentai content for you guys who are interested. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. I hope you guys had a good time. I enjoyed the conversations. Hope you have a good night. I have to get back to working on this lore Bible for my comic book, and then I'll probably do some Stellar Blade tonight and everything. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you Game Fiends later.